It's morning.
Yes, and what a lovely morning. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning
We've talked the whole night through.
Good morning.
Good morning to
to
you.
you.
Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good
Indeed, it
morning.
is.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm, of course, Mr. Keter Subway, and with me, as always, is Sim.
Hello. I'm the most. I'm the host with the most. What's
There
up?
you are. Yeah, here. And today we have a returning guest. I'm quite excited for this because the last time it went so well. Mainly, I didn't have to do anything. Mr. Anthony Figaro.
Good morning, Anthony Figaro. The guest who's the best.
So you were just on Literature Devil, were you?
Yeah, I think they're still chopping up Dan Shaheen and EVS debate. They're chopping it up over
I didn't watch that debate.
there. Yeah,
I did the mistake of pressing on the link there and starting watching, and it pissed me off. And I was really highly Selassie in the goddamn chat. I didn't get
it'll
it.
do that to you, man. It'll do that to you.
You know you fucked up when you pissed off a Canadian.
Man, you ain't lying. You done stepped over the line.
Dude, I even chatted the motherfucker. Oh, yeah. You gone and fucked up, dude.
You done fucked up, man.
Dude, he was waving that fucking floppy. Like I was already in the chat there, dude, right? And he's there, $25, and he's flopping that fucking like Cyberpunk #1, right? Like he's a fucking. I'm like, dude, that's not a retail edition. What the fuck? I'm looking, and he's like, and that's when I'm like, guy, you're trying to just to sully everything, but I think it's quite simple. We're using a European model. Wake the fuck up.
No, like I said, I think his issue with the whole again is this idea that Comicsgate isn't genuine. That all of our belief systems, everything we do, why we do things is not a genuine thing.
No,
Um,
dude, it's even worse than that. They're not genuine. They're just trying to discredit that we're doing better than they are because it's a new business model. And like we were discussing behind, they all come from either the classical, like, retailer or the old-fashioned Kickstarter crowdfunding of indie comics. So right now it's just more like, you guys are doing good, but you guys are charlatans. And we're like, no, no, no. You're the fakes.
Correct. At the end of the day, Dan's issue, and if you listen to his whole philosophy behind the lawsuit, if you listen to what he ultimately is saying, it's the same. It ties into a greater worldview. The greater worldview is that what Comicsgate represents is we are essentially the voice of hey, something's wrong. Look at that there. That's wrong. And what he wants us to do is just what he wanted Richard Myers to do. Just don't say anything. Just stop talk. Stop. Just
Just,
quiet. Let
just let it. Yeah.
everything will be okay if you guys would just stop talking.
Just let it go.
That's
Just
it.
let it go.
That's it.
Yeah.
Just
Nothing to
let
see
it be.
here.
No, just let it be. Just go with it. Just go with
Correct.
it. Just get abused.
Exactly.
Yeah, just
Exactly.
go with it.
Exactly. And we're
You
just
know,
like, nah, bro, we're not into rape. So no, I'm just not gonna go with it. I'm sorry.
dude, it's like, dude, Zach is a big bully, like a nobody. Okay, I'm saying nobody, but keep in mind that I'm going back to before he did fucking his jawbreaker. So you're talking about Tijo Nobody on fucking YouTube, right?
Correct.
And he goes, hey, if you're not happy, do your own book. He's like, oh, okay, do my own book. Gets the attention of what was the company again? Not Alterna, it was the other one,
Antarctic.
and Antarctic. And then after that, Mister's like, oh, somebody's about to prove me wrong. I'm gonna pull my big influence and just fucking smack him with it, right?
I
And
think
then
that's yeah.
just to be right, because it's like not a nobody on YouTube is gonna fucking like prove me wrong. I'm the shit.
But that's
And
I
then
think
and then when you listen to the motherfucker on that freaking stream, it's like, poor Slade. He's a nice guy. He didn't do nothing. Zach's a big fucking bully. He's a coward. He's a coward for suing him. And I'm like, hey
no.
motherfucker, if you didn't have a case, he wouldn't be in court.
Proceed here, please.
That's it. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that's at the core. I mean, because essentially, that's what he is. Don't
Yeah.
look at, but it's that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the whole concept of you want me to do is you want me to be quiet. You want me to deny what my eyes are seeing. It's like, well, I'm looking at the situation. Like you're saying, here's this dude, and he's doing his thing, and he goes over here to do this deal with this guy over here, and Mark Wade then injects himself into a business deal that he has no
Mhm.
purpose being over there. He has no good reason to pick up the phone and call a stranger
Dude,
and say, "Hey, don't do
cancel that
business
guy.
with that
Yeah.
guy over there," right?
Right.
And again, and throw that kind of, and all right, that's a nice comic book publishing company you got there. Be ashamed if anything happened to it. I wouldn't do business with that guy over there. I mean, it's like, and you just, that's, then you're going to make him out like he's just a concerned citizen who's calling up these strangers to tell him this bad guy over here. It's like, well, again, we talked about this too. This weird worldview that you either are the type of person who believes in free market enterprises, which is basically saying that I would like for the consumer to have the power, the individual to have the power to make his own decisions, because I believe at the end of the day, as a consumer, that I would like to have the power to make my own decisions. But Dan Shaheen and the SJW side believes no. What you need is a commissar to protect you. Mark Wade was just being a commissar. He was looking out for those people. He was saying, hey, I don't know if you know this or not, because I don't think you're smart enough to do your own homework and who you go to business with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you out, and I'm going to tell you who you should be doing business with and who you shouldn't be doing business with. And that's it, bro. That's what
Me-
you look at.
All right.
just
Hold up
me
a
just to
second,
show
gentlemen.
me just as a point that entire freaking stream was just a hit point to just fucking make people look bad. Just look at how it was. It was point after point. He was not even discussing or covering that point. It was like, let's bring up that point. Ethan would say something. He would get flustered and then move to next point. So technically, it's point, 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 trying to get one win. So the only thing was trying to get him to admit that about the Zay thing and trying to make him admit that they're being big meanies about the cancer thing.
Yeah, the one thing I've seen about when all that was going down, people were saying in tweets was that fella seemed to be just trying to
Yeah.
do gotchas.
It was point by point, yeah.
Yeah, and when he didn't get the gotcha, he just kind of hurried up and brushed it off and moved on to the next thing.
Next point, yeah.
But for anyone who did not get to see our previous stream with Mr. Figaro, by now I'm sure you can tell why I enjoyed having him on so much.
Yeah.
Immediately just jumps into that deep stuff. Him and Sim, they talk like they've known each other their whole lives, and it just keeps going back and forth. And I can just kind of sit here and go, yeah,
yeah, it's my show.
doing great. But let me just go through the chat real fast here. Soul said Chris is promising an early start, but can he do it? Yeah, I already knew we were going to be late because I have to spend like 20 minutes just wrangling these two together to get to push the button.
It was definitely our fault.
No, it's all good. We're always late anyway.
It's not late anymore.
Yep. Hex is here. He says, good evening to Soul, and told me to get my butt in here. Hey, Hex, if you want to get your butt in here, you're always welcome. Just let me know. I'll send you the link. Soul says, welcome to the Morning Roast, where we welcome much valued guest, New Orleans original and artist occult Baron Samadi. Wait, what? Didn't show up? Well, let's just talk to Mr. Figaro again. He says, good morning, Chris, Sam, Anthony, and chat.
Good morning, brother.
And we got Shane. Hey, one of my favorite peeps have a busy morning, but wanted to stop by and say hello to everyone and have a good stream. Well, thank you, Mr. Shane.
Well,
Good morning, brother.
Hopefully you catch the replay or something. Yodam's here. Hail, Yodam.
Hail.
Let's see.
Oh, sweet. I just got a confirmation that a book is on his way.
Uh, Hex says, looking closely at Shaheen's gaunt appearance, Sunglass Sox baby from his dream, feared that he was off his meds. Oh my
Oh
gosh,
no,
or on
dude.
crack. Oh no.
To me,
Man, my
to
boy
me,
went
to
the
me,
crack route.
to me, it really gave me that feel that somebody was really like clinging to his goddamn balls. Like your balls are in my fucking hands right now,
No,
and please make it look good. Cause dude, it was point by point, like he had a fucking
we
PowerPoint.
thought that too. We said
And
that
not just
too.
that, you could click. He had the fucking subject with a fucking logo. Like somebody gave him that PDF, or
No, I know. I know what he would pop up, what he was about to point out, and he would pop it up on the bottom.
yeah.
Soul says, Chris got a word in. Way to go, bud. That's right.
we said
Yeah,
the
we're
same
now.
thing.
Now shut up, Chris.
We said
Let us talk.
the cutting in.
Yeah, fuck.
We said the same thing that he's in the beginning. Like I'm a little nervous, and we were like, we believe that he was more nervous, not necessarily or scared of EBS and Commonsgate, but that he would say the wrong thing, and that the SJWs would descend upon, or he wouldn't perform well, or he would miss something, and the SJWs he wouldn't perform again. He's a heel hound. He wouldn't perform properly for his masters, and they would come down on him.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Change the
Yeah,
title.
he's a good little puppy. Do you have something to say, Chris?
Aw, an error occurred. I was trying to change the title of the stream. Oh well. But no, I didn't watch the debate. I don't keep up with that stuff anymore. And I had
Dude,
my own
the
stuff drama
cringiest
going
part,
on.
I was waiting for the goddamn stream to start, right? Everybody was in the thing. He's late. He's late. He was late as fuck, right? Everybody was like, he's nervous. He's nervous. And I'm like, oh, dude, he's getting fucking, paraded, getting ready. And the stream starts, and he's alone, and he's sitting like it's fucking Obama, like Michelle Obama trying to speech to you, like with the little side thing sitting, it's like it's a GQ thing. And it's like, before the stream starts, I want everybody to know that I've unlocked every CG creator that we're locked in the chat, and this is gonna be hard. I've already lost a friend because of this already. And I'm like, oh fuck, this is starting well.
Well, that also becomes kind of if you watch it again, you realize that's just
Yeah, that
more
sounds
than
like
like a
he's
wind
trying to
address.
prep.
Well,
I'm
because
under
when EVS
pressure.
steps up and calls him and says, "Man, yeah, they don't want us to talk. Look, they're threatening you. They're using
Yeah.
scare tactics." He goes, "Oh, well, no one used scare tactics. You know what I mean? Like he walks that shit back real fucking quick."
Okay,
When
dude.
EVS kind of fucking plays it and says, "Hey, I hear." EVS, you can tell in the entire beginning part, like EVS is essentially being as genuine as he can. He's taking him on face value. That
Dude, if
he's
you want to
being
talk
genuine.
about how disingenuous he was, dude, it's just the fucking fact of like, remember when Ethan goes, "Oh, the classic model of comics is dead. The people, the comic book business that was hiring us is dead." And then he goes, "I don't think it, I don't agree with this. I don't believe this. I don't think that it's dead. Um, the business that you're talking about, that comic book business you're talking about, yeah, it just doesn't exist anymore." I'm like, it doesn't exist. It's dead. What? It doesn't. It's not dead. It just doesn't exist. Where does that fucking make sense in your goddamn pea brain?
It's not just that. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you where I caught him and where he kind of started to kind of lose all credibility. That man, you're now talking out of both sides of your mouth. Because when he's talking to Ethan, he says he's a Christian, and then about 15, 20 minutes later, he says he's an atheist. And I'm like, well, which is it, bro? You a Christian or you an atheist? Because he says that on the stream. He says when he's talking about Ethan's religion, and he's like, "Oh, I'm Christian." He's like, "Yeah, me too. I'm a Christian too." And then later in the thing, he says, "Well, I'm an atheist." And I'm like, "Okay, bro. So you totally fucking ruined that fucking thing, yeah. Because you're either,
Oh.
and that's not something you fuck up. That's not something you kind of, yeah, I meant to say this. I mean, it's like, nah, bro, you a Christian or an atheist? That's totally two separate fucking issues.
when they're talking about the jokes, and it's like, oh yeah, that was funny. Or when you make that joke, that was funny. Oh, that was a bad. That was bad. That was that. I don't like racist joke. And then he turns around and goes, oh yeah, but yeah, but
That was
it's not that I
stone bait.
found it funny, but you laughed. You fucking cracked up, you piece of shit.
Yeah, he tried to throw stone bait out there, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
trying to get a react. We're just trying to get
Throws
clickbait,
yeah.
clippable pieces that could. Hey, let him say that. Yeah, I agree that that's not a good idea. And it was like, or are you gonna turn it off? It's off. It's not off yet. It's not off yet. I think you're lying. And I'm like, oh, you fucking cunt. Your pimp is gonna be good. You stopped it. Your pimp is still fucked though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Like, you read the deposit. You read the middle ground, the position, the which is the what's allowed to everybody to read. You don't know what each side are gonna present. So how do you know for a fact? Because everything is factual to him, right? There's no chance in hell that Zach is right. That is that for him. Zach doesn't even have a reason to be in court. He's a fucking coward
It's a
for
grip.
taking action.
It's a fucking grip, dude. It's all a grip.
Mhm.
That's the thing. It's all a grip, right? And none of what we say has validity to it. None of what we say about these diversity quotas. None about this. People who
You
are
know,
coming in who don't. They're not real comic book professionals. They're not real
another
craftsmen. None of that's
another
true.
one another one I like is somebody asked him a question. How many TG comics did you read? Just one. But if anybody wants me to read their book, just send them to me. Like technically, it's like I'll read your book if it's free. So
Give me free comics.
does that tell you what type of people that guy is? Is that he used to be a retailer and stuff like that, so he has
Well,
no
that's the key
respect for it
word.
other than what he sells.
So that's the key word. Well, that's the key
Yeah,
word. Used to be. Used to be. He used to have a comic book store.
because
So
he
it's like,
ain't what he
what
used to
happened?
be.
What happened to it, buddy? You know,
Yeah.
because it doesn't sound like you understand business. They hate CG because we make profit. I mean, essentially, that's what they hate. They hate these motherfuckers. Like, these
It's not
motherfuckers
just
are making
I.
profit.
Yeah, but dude, it's like you have a whole bunch of like that's what I was saying like before, like Kickstarter. It's been like the indie comic book field has been there for a while, and it is very fucking petty. It is it dude. It's you have a price. Your book is too expensive. You this, you have you doing that, and they're telling you how to do your thing, and then they're saying, please back me and I'll back you. We all back each other in here. That's how we make it. I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. Might as well just back my own book. Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, I'll buy the books that I want.
We
No,
talk,
no,
we
no,
talk,
that's not how it
yeah,
works. And then you're in those groups, and if you're not this, and you're like, you guys are fucking grifting. What the fuck is this?
correct, because it's called making a profit, and that's what the issue is. It's this weird. Again, it's a misunderstanding. First of all, it's just an
And
ideological misunderstanding, but it's
yeah, and all their
also
business is linked to the same thing. Is they go to Kickstarter, then after that they print with Kablam or something like that, and then they end up on that other thing, Indie Planet or something like that. That's their all little business link, and that's what they want you to abide by. And you're like, fuck off. That's not what I'm doing. I'm here to start my own company. And they don't like it. They see it as a pre-sale thing, like it's a new
what they
type
don't
of story.
understand.
Yeah.
Well, right, because they don't, and I thought about this before, and you're right about this. It's because prior to Comicsgate, I mean, you had semblances of it, right? But
Hmm.
essentially, you just had two markets. You had mainstream and indie market, right?
Yep. Polito
The
changed that.
rise of Comicsgate is a third market, which is the independent market. It's not really an indie market because it's a hybrid of the both of them. It's a
Yep.
hybrid of the indie
It's an
creator,
in between. Yeah.
yeah, an independent creator, but he's producing mainstream quality product. And
Yep.
so it's the price points, the experience. This is a different animal. It's a different thing. And so to try to compare it to mainstream or compare it to the old indie model, where you just where you go to work and you slave at your job to make a couple extra dollars to try to put together a book and you're just trying to make your money back. That's what the fuck that really is. You're just trying to make your money back. Whereas you have these creators now, these independent creators that are going, No, this is what I want to do for a living. I want to pay my bills this way. I want to provide food for my children. I want to be able to send my kids to school. I want to be able to do this off of this thing here, which means I need to make a profit, which means this is a business, right? I love making comics, but why should I not get paid to do something that I love?
Dude, it's not just that. There's comics that I back on Kickstarter that I got, and it was like the fucking mainstream. Like, dude, I won't say the name, right? Like the quality was good, right? The printing was good. That person got herself like a really good artist, right? The book, I was really hyped for it. I'm pleased when everything I got, but dude, I had more ads than actual story. Like there was ads in the goddamn comic, and I'm buying like a floppy of 20 something pages, right? And I got like less than 20 pages story.
Correct.
That pissed me off. I never backed them again. I never backed a Kickstarter again, and I backed a few. I used to back Polito, right? And right now, like, one of the only ones that went back to back was one of my friends. One of my friends from here came back, right? One of the only still we can like supports me also. And I'm like, hey, you're on Kickstarter. I'll go give you a push, right, for his book. And I went for Bisley because he's the fucking biz. Okay.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. But dude, I see like remember those old westerns when you have that secret remedy salesman that comes to every fucking town?
They call him a
The
snake oil
charlatan. That's
salesman.
what I call the charlatan, right?
Yeah, he's a snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm
Cure-all.
seeing. It's like, mine's the best of them all. Look, it's a better quality. Look, it's better and cheaper. And then as soon as you go, hey, dude, that's not what it is. Ha, gotcha.
You were
Funny
robot.
because again, you're probably close to home on that because that's the problem. Is you got this whole idea where you have a lot of transference that goes on, right? So, and I've been, if you pay attention to it a lot, you can kind of pick up on it. If you start being accused of shit to which you know is not true, what you can do is pause, listen to what they're saying, and realize that that's their worldview. That's what they're doing. Because you know what you're doing, and if you go, well, that's not what I'm doing. Why? How would you come up with that idea? Why would you say that? And then you realize, oh, I know why you're saying that because that's your worldview and that's what you're doing. Because otherwise, you would never say that by looking at me because that's not what I'm doing. So for you to come up with that, that's some shit you brought to the table because you didn't come to my table and find that shit. You brought it. And so that's what it is. It's a charlatan bullshit. So it's like, well, no, we're not the charlatans. Comicsgate's the charlatans. They're the grifters. No, motherfucker. Wrong.
Oh, it's winding down. It's gotten quiet. I got it.
Wait. So we would say, you know what? Look at
We're sorry.
Oh, it's over now.
Sorry, we have expectation of you maybe
Right.
having something to say or a thought
Well,
there,
I
but
mean,
Well, I wasn't expecting it. I got caught off guard with the opening here. Oh man, I actually got something in the mail today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's from Mike and Selena. I wonder what it is. I'm gonna open it and see. I know it's off subject, but I don't really
So
have any.
everybody, lock on our little showgirl here.
What is this? Here, I'll put it on the. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. Oh, it's my oversized version of the Cabernet can.
Oh sweet,
Came in. Yeah.
that's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's like a big version. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I seen that also, Sam. I seen she was arriving to people on Twitter today this morning. Yeah, this morning I seen somebody posted on Twitter that they got their she.
Yeah,
Does that mean I'm gonna get my box soon?
Well, I mean, let's not go that far.
God damn it!
Yeah, you guys are all like, oh, there's this debate thing, and I'm just over here like, I never even watched it. Like, I was worrying about.
I'm still waiting for
auction.
I'm still waiting for Necromancer and the Adoptables. God damn it!
Yeah. I got a little stack here for you. Don't worry.
I know. Then I got people like, you got my book? Like, yeah, somewhere.
yeah, yeah, I got it. It's
It's at
somewhere.
Chris.
It's set in Chris's pile.
the Chimera, not Chimera, but what's his name, Michael?
Yeah, Michael
He was
J.
asking me, how did you like, because he saw me doing the drawing. I can't wait to have it. He goes, did you like the first one? I didn't read it yet. I'm waiting for it. He's like, what do you mean? You didn't get it? I go, it's not fucking Chris. He's like, dude, I'll send you a PDF. I'm like, no, it's okay. I'll wait.
Uh,
Why you holding out on that man, Chris?
Because he was waiting to have a big pile, and the last one that before that he said, he goes, I'll wait for she, because she was supposed to come out like before,
yeah,
and he's just been waiting for that she to come in.
yeah. It was like, oh, well, it's supposed to come out. I'll wait on it, and then I'll get them all together and send them all
Yeah.
at once. And then it was like, well, where the heck is it? Like,
We had time to see, order, and receive the heavy metal magazine. Meanwhile, waiting.
yeah, yeah. But we'll get here one day. It's almost here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
By the way, like I said, I sent a message to Russ. I'm like, sorry, yeah, sorry about the refund. Got it 2-pack. He's just sent me a message going, cheers, mate, thanks. Hey, sorry about the refund. You might get a surprise this morning when you open your mail. You got a refund from me. But
Yeah, you get that 2-pack, so I can actually have a copy.
yeah, you couldn't back it, so I went to get you a copy, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, but oh shit, what was I gonna say now? Damn it. I don't remember. But
Something,
I had,
something, new book, something, something, about to send box to Sim.
no.
Damn it!
You're not getting your box. Get over it. They're all mine now.
Chris,
It's
get those books together. I don't know what you do. Get those shit together and put it in a box and ship them.
No, but then I lose a few books to add to my big pile.
That's why, because it doesn't look as big anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it.
I'm
It's true. You know, if you cut the tip off.
Yeah, I gotta make sure it all looks impressive and mighty. Then I can
Yeah,
be like,
yeah, you're gonna impress that coffee lady.
I gotta make sure to. I'm gonna make sure to take a picture of the size of my collection and post it on Twitter before I send them out.
See, so that explains why you were trying to fucking pile them all up on one fucking stack last
Yeah,
time.
he's trying to get the biggest bang for his
Like,
You're
look
getting
at how
taller than me now.
Uh,
So how you doing, Chris?
oh, a little sad.
Why?
Well, there's a comic book auction was going on here the past, I don't know, week or two. Basically, while everybody was worked up about this debate, I was over here going, "Ooh, there's an auction right near me," and I had bidded on a ton of them, and then I kind of realized that, and I was like,
And
maybe I shouldn't have gotten too carried away there.
And did you win everything? But
Well, no, actually, the opposite happened because the way these are set up, these online auctions, I'm used to going to in person and bidding, and these online auctions, you bid your maximum amount, and then it just automatically rebids for you until it hits that point. Well, I didn't hit I was just hitting the bid button every I wasn't putting in the maximum amount. And so when I went to bed, there was still 3 hours left on the campaign. I checked this morning because it's done and over with, and I've been outbidded on like at least half, if not all of them. I was outbidded on so
How many of them do you think you would have got with the maximum bid? With your maximum bid, if you would have set the max?
Oh God, a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of.
God might have done for you what you can't do for yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, well, maybe. But some of them I really wanted, and I got outbidded on, and I was really sad. Like there was the first issue of the Defenders. There was some really cool looking Hulks from the 70s. and just various different things. But I did get some really cool ones though. Like, was it you, Sim, that was talking about Walt Simonson's Star Slammers?
Yes.
Yeah, I got some of them. I
What?
got some of
What?
those. Yeah,
What?
it was on. It was on. I got some of them. It was on this.
The originals?
I guess it was from 1990.
Okay, that's going into my fucking box, right? How much do I owe you? Oh, dude, come on, no, fuck off.
Yeah, it was. Let me see here if I can find them.
I bought the deluxe edition, son, but dude, come
Yeah,
on,
it
jeez.
was the Star Slammers 1994 number 1, 2, 3. Yeah, number 1, 2, and 3 was what I got from. What was it from? It's not. It's from some. I don't know. Recognize the name.
You know Christmas is coming, right?
Bravura or something like that. Or I don't know.
You know Christmas is coming, right?
Yeah, Malibu. Yeah. Malibu. Here, let me see if I can share the screen and I'll show you. Share screen.
You know, another book that I was looking for a long time that was hard to find was Xenozoic until I found one of those collected edition. If you guys don't know what Xenozoic is, it was later known as Cadillac and Dinosaurs.
Yeah, let me check here. Is it showing? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, it's I won. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 of that. I had number 1 of these Danger Unlimiteds never, so I went ahead and just put like because it was only $1. I bid it on those and got them. But
Really?
yeah. So I said, why not? I'll throw a bid on them, and I won.
$1?
Yeah, look, Star Slam is $1.
Yeah.
Dude. I hate you.
But let's see. I won these Avengers books, and I never heard of this Earth 4, so I bid it on it and got it for $1. I don't know what it's about. I was like, why not try something new? That's what I like. I've missed doing these kind of my old way of doing things where I just went to auctions and bid on stuff because I always find some random stuff.
Yeah.
I got this Luke Cage, these 2 Luke Cages. I got outbidded on these Infinity Wars.
Duh. Dude, the
I
guys.
should have. See, if I had put my maximum bid, I think I would have.
Why'd you fucking sleep in? Why the fuck did you sleep in?
Well, I had to go to sleep for work. I should have put the maximum bid.
Have to, dude. Have to, really? Have to?
That's a strong word, man.
Right? I know.
Like a lot of these bids, I only bidded like 25. Yeah, the next minimum bid, it was like 25 cents more. I should have put that maximum bid I was willing to put in on it, and I would have got them.
Miracle Man, yeah.
Yeah, I got this one Miracle Man. I don't know anything about that one, but I remember I had like one Miracle Man that I really liked.
Oh, the Namor by Jay Lee. That was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
I remember
tempted.
that.
I was tempted to bid on it, but I
Those
think
were
somebody
cool.
else had already bidded, so I just skipped over it. Some Howard the Ducks I skipped on because I was like, I have to, because I was tempted to like bid on like all of them, and I was like, no, you have to have a resistance, like all the Silver Surfers, because I was like, oh man, it's got like Thanos and all that. I was like, no, you have to stop somewhere. But I did get this Daredevil. This random Daredevil because I was like, I like Mr. Hyde, so I bid on it, got it. But I was really excited for this Daredevil. When I first started my first collection of comics was a big stack of comics, a lot of 70s and 60s,
With
and
the
then
original
there was
Ghost
some
Rider.
80s. Yeah, and this was in it. And for the longest time, I was like, what is that Ghost Rider comic that I had? It wasn't a Ghost Rider comic. He was starring in something. And then I seen this. I was like, that's it. I was like, yeah. So I was so happy. But like Doctor Strange #1, I won it. So I'm pretty happy about it.
Doctor Strange #1?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I got outbidded on #2. And then I got outbidded on these ones that I wanted, like I Dormammu and stuff like that. That's what I'd say. I should have put in those maximum bids. I would have got these.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there was a lot of stuff. A ton of Defenders books, like Defenders #1 even. Like I think it was like almost the first like 50 issues of Defenders.
Defenders of the world.
Defenders of the Earth.
Yeah.
I wish. I liked that show. The show was good. Dang it! Why does it keep doing that? It's kicking me back up top. But
I know.
yeah, the Silver Surfer. Yeah, see, I missed Defenders #1. I got outbidded. I was hoping.
So Star Slammers, you say, right?
Yeah, Star Slammers. I won it. That was really cool. Gosh dang.
So you paid $1, I give you $2 each.
Yeah, that was actually that was a hint, Chris. He goes Star Slammers, right? I was his hint of yeah. So I see all these other nice books you won. Let me get that Star Slammer. Share the wealth.
No, it's the cheapest ones too. They're not worth that much. They're just like,
hey, man, come on.
yeah. It's personal value, right?
I was really hoping to get lucky and get some of these on the cheap, like this year, Fantastic Four #43. But I got outbidded. I knew they were going to go pricey.
For people that don't understand why Star Slammer is such a thing, you know what? It's one of the first books by Walter Simonson that he created. I'm a big fan of Walter Simonson. So.
There you go. There you go.
Dude, this Thor run was the run that made me like Thor. And that Orion series that he did for the New Gods was, dude, that was something. That was solid. And I never read Star Slammers until somebody brought it up, and I'm like, what? They came out with a collected edition? And he's like, yeah, like 5 years ago. I'm like, what? I found a copy, and now Mr. found the original.
Those are hints, Chris. Especially when he does the afterwards.
Anyway, Soul says you have a guest with a cool project. Talk about that. That's a good point here. So
I think so. I appreciate it.
Oh, we already talked about his project last time. Let's talk about him.
Anthony Figaro here.
Everybody knows the guy from The God's Hand. Come on.
That guy, he's got the funny accent. Like fucking guy.
Well, everybody knows about Anthony and his smooth, cool voice. We need to talk about God's Hand.
God's Hand. The hand of God.
So what is this about, Mr. Anthony?
It's about New Orleans. It's about supernatural murders. It's about devils and demons and werewolves and cults, and it's got everything in it. Dark humor, heads being blown off, hearts being pulled out. It's got all that fun stuff. So to me, it's basically a mixture of like, and I say it's like a mixture of, if you've seen Hellboy and Angel Heart, but it's really a mixture of like, action, adventure, but it's set in the supernatural world. So, you have you have werewolves, you have demons, you have, people use magic all the time. So it has this kind of, I don't want to say Lovecraftian, but it has Lovecraftian elements to it. We throw in some cosmic, a little bit of cosmic horror, not a lot, but a little bit. We tease it towards the end of the book, but that's really what it is, man. It's basically about a guy who risked it all, and he got exiled, and he gets called back to his hometown, which is New Orleans. G. Lafitte was a pirate. He was a real pirate, and I take that character and expand upon it. And he used to work for the NOPD, which is the New Orleans Occult and Protection Division, and he was exiled 15 years ago for what is known as the Katrina incident. And through the book, you'll find out what that is. And then what happens is the story picks up that he is actually called back to New Orleans out of exile. He's given 48 hours to uncover the identity of the individual who has not only killed Marie Laveau, um, who was Jean Lafitte's old partner and ex-lover, but also has taken her soul. And he needs to find out who did that, because as well as the soul, there's also an ancient grimoire or an ancient book of shadows that has been stolen. And the NOPD want that back. And he's given 48 hours to achieve all this while dodging the bounty hunters who are after him for things that had happened during the Katrina incident. And, you know, and not die and not lose his own soul and not let the city fall into darkness. So it's it's a light book, Doesn't have a lot. It's not a lot going on, a few little things here and there, But no, I think you'll like it. The artwork is really good on it. Good editor, man, who's done a really great job of laying the book out and polishing it up. We have the book broken down into 3 chapters because we've actually increased the size of the book. I think when you guys got it, it was 52 pages. The book now is 80 pages, and that's 66 pages of content. So essentially what we've kind of done is we've broken the book up into almost like 3 floppies. So there's 3 chapters in the book. And each chapter is roughly about 22 to 25 pages, roughly in between 20 and 25 pages each chapter. And at the end of it, it's it gives you all the closure you need, but then it opens up the door to a new adventure, which comes in essentially the book 2, which hopefully will be coming out in April. And that's the pitch.
Yeah, so getting a lot of pages for your price. I like that.
There's a lot of
I didn't
extra.
even realize, I didn't realize you'd increase the bake. I was like, that would have been a nice, pleasant surprise when I got it.
Okay, so we got a lot of extras, man, involved in all that. We have the stretch goals, which we have 3 unlocked stretch goals. One is the Andy Kuhn print. One is you get 2 trading cards, and one is you get the Death's Tarot card, which will be an actual tarot card. Those are the stretch goals, and then on top of that, we added in the Red Temptress print, which everybody will get, and we added in what we call lanyard packs. And inside the lanyard pack will be 4 uniquely New Orleans items that revolve around Mardi Gras. So we got that. Everybody will get that. And then what we did was we said let's make it interesting, and we got 30 die cut stickers of the God's Hand of the King of the Dead. We're gonna give those out to 30 random backers. And then we made 10 metal bookmarks with the exclusive with the villain. And we signed and numbered those. And we're gonna pick out 10 random people and slide those in their packs. And then we got 5 metal trading cards, the Jean Lafitte trading card, and we're gonna pick out 5 random and slide those in the packs as well. So
that's pretty
that's
awesome.
the stuff we kind of threw in there, man, because we knew we were going to be late on this, and we wanted to thank the fans for not only supporting us but also for being patiently, being gracious and kind.
So how much longer is this going to be up for?
So we're going to close on Halloween. We're going to close on Halloween, and then we'll be in fulfillment.
Yeah, so you're running out of time to get in on this.
That's it, man.
Might have to add an extra copy.
I'm pretty
That's
sure.
it.
Pretty sure I backed this at the 2 book tier. like I used to get
Yeah,
my
yeah.
reading
We.
I'm
comfortable.
pretty sure you did, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Those are the bookmarks.
yeah.
Which those will be
No,
metal.
we had a big conversation if it was possible to get the two. Well, again.
Yeah, two charcoals. I actually, yeah, I altered my
Ah,
tears.
yeah.
I altered the tears because of that. I added a charcoal as an add-on. So if you wanted to get it, you could get an additional charcoal with any one of your purchases.
I like the guns. The guns look good. I like
Yeah,
the designs.
yeah. It's we want to like Lafitte's a throwback, right? So I mean, he's essentially he's a pirate, right? So he's lived through that, and he's lived through the West. He's lived through wars, world wars, and stuff like this. So, but so he's a throwback. He comes from an older age. So it's not that he's against technology and stuff like that. It's just that he uses what he can rely upon, which is his own senses. He carries a revolver because it's the most reliable, pistol. It won't jam on you. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So he uses practical things, because that's what he can depend upon those things.
Yeah, he's using guns with like the least moving parts and things like
Correct.
that. Yeah.
You know.
Hmm. Let's see. Soul says, Dunkel. Hopefully, I'm saying this right. Dunkel Ziffer. I like that name. Says hello to you guys. He's reading Brand right now, but as soon as you stop nerd, he'll actually pay attention because he likes the God's hand. And he says, I think Dunkel Ziffer will buy the shirt. He's swooning over it constantly.
Well, I
Oh,
did
nice.
that too. You can get the shirt, and like I said, the shirt is an add-on as well. But even if you got any of the perks, you can get the shirt. But you can also get the shirt by itself, and there's a charcoal add-on. So either way you want to do it, you can do it however you
Wait a minute. We lost Sim. Where'd he go?
want. What?
There he is.
Sorry, internet just cut out. That's why I was having issues. I guess it just rebooted the entire internet.
I was like, wait a minute. I don't see Sim in the panel.
I couldn't tell. I just thought he was awed by all the stuff that he was looking at in the
Yeah.
goddamn
He got
campaign.
all quiet. 'cause
Obviously,
He's like, wow.
that's what knocked my internet out.
Was
Couldn't
I
handle
All
the
the mumbo
glory.
jumbo. Yeah, I couldn't handle the mumbo
Yeah,
jumbo.
that's what I say. You gotta watch that. The King of the Dead
Mm-hmm.
will do shit like that to you.
Hex Allen says he's looking forward to reading this story.
I'm looking forward to you reading it. I just, that's you get to that place and you're like, what's happening? Metal movies and Brewskis.
We-
That's what I think. That's the what, as you move into the process. I know initially, you have your, it's like, oh, is my campaign going to look good? Is my video going to look good? Is my perks going to be okay? Is my tiers going to be right? Am I going to be able to promote it? All this kind of stuff like that. And then you're like, oh man, is the editing going to be right? Is the words going to be right?
And that was
All
like
the
the
layouts going. You know what I mean? Like you worry about all that shit, and then you get kind of towards the end, and you're just like,
and
you
that was
want
the first
people to get that book. Go ahead, Sam.
and that was the first project I went like, we should have a crossover.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I think it lends
Yeah,
itself.
dude, it's like, come on, we're talking about vampires, mumbo jumbo.
Exactly.
Come on,
It lends
magic.
it. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like when you
I'm
move
sure he
into
has
a
a necromancer in there, right?
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that's part of that is the world that you know what I mean. All that goes.
That's the thing
So
is that's why I thought it was interesting. To me, it was like, dude, that world is interesting to me and could be dangerous for my character. I'm like, that would be interesting.
right,
Like the other one was with Doc sailing there after,
correct.
but that we're already talking about it. That's why I'm like, dude, we need to talk because that was that was my original crossover idea. We need to freaking work on it.
No, 100%, man. I think we talked about me and Tim were just talking about me and Tim wound up being on a stream yesterday. We were on
Mm-hmm.
Rotten Glory stream yesterday, so we caught up on a few of these items. That it's just that's cool about it too. That when you're this is your IP, You know what I mean? Like you have that ability to then do whatever you want. You can cross over with whoever
Mm-hmm.
you want, and you can
Because you're
start
like,
building it. Yeah, man.
especially when you go like, huh, that one could be a challenge. Hmm.
We got a We have a
Hundred
question from
percent.
Soul for Anthony. He says, I made a dry run for international shipping for a book with shirt, and shipping would be 45 USD. Can this be softened a little?
I think I could probably do that. Would you? With shirt. What's the shipping on the? What's the shipping on the shirt? Do you know? So I'm not
He says
offhand.
that for I mean he did the international one with, so he probably did an add-on for the shirt, I guess. Do you have an add-on for the shirt?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm trying
So
to think.
it came up to 45 shipping.
So 25. So it's 25. But he's doing international.
Yeah.
I mean, that should be right though, right? So if the perk
I
is
don't know.
25, the shipping's going to be close to 25, correct? Even if the shipping's 20. So let's just say the perk's 25, the shipping's 20.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if you noticed this, so but we added stuff to the international. The international has more stuff in it than the regular signature because the international has an extra comic book. You'll get a copy of Carlos, and you'll get a piece of original artwork, little hand drawn artwork. So we did that because the shipping is so much on that. We added that to that. That's what I'm
Yeah,
getting.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
so
saying,
technically it's
shirt and book alone are 20 USD each.
What did you do? Did you order the shirt? Because I'm not understanding. Did you order the international signature series, or you ordered the shirt and the book?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Let's see. Hold on. I think I got it. I'm gonna look at something different. So if he pops up with a message, you'll have to read it to me because I won't see it. I'm looking at campaign right. Okay, so
Yeah, I'll keep. Okay. He says international signature series plus shirt add on.
okay, so is he saying the shipping is 45? Is that
oh
what he's saying?
is it, yeah, because when it comes together it comes up to 45. So that's why he's asking if it can be softened up. Are you shipping the getting the shirt shipped separately?
No, that's what I'm saying. I want to see this real quick. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me see. As an add-on. Let's see
Because I'm guessing that the shirt comes as an add-on, but it comes at with plus
Yeah,
$20
yeah.
shipping.
He's
Yeah,
saying 95 USD
that's the
total.
thing. Yeah,
Okay. I
Yeah,
got you.
when you add the shirt
Okay.
on,
I
it
got
goes an
you.
extra
I got
an
you.
extra 20.
yeah.
I got you. Let me see here. Hold on. I didn't think it was like that. Hold on. This is the add-on. Okay, so I see. Let's see. Take a look at this.
Yeah, we got it figured out now.
Maybe like an extra, like make sure that it's just an extra $10 to the shipping instead of 20,
I
because
see. I
it
see. I
adds to the
see.
other one. Yeah,
I see, bro. I see, says the blind man. Okay, let me do this. Then
I'm
I'll have
sure 35 would be better than 45, right? So.
that. What's this? Let me hook
Because
it up.
that will probably go, because you're saying two books and mellow things, so that will be over 500 grams. So that will be around the 36, $40 shipping international.
It's a tough one to fit. It's tough sometimes because you're trying to figure that. You're trying to
Yeah,
figure out, well, am I going to have to, like, is this going to fit in a Gemini mailer? You know what I'm saying? And so you're
dude.
like,
The thing is, you can fit pretty much anything in a Gemini mailer except a T-shirt, right? If you have the one with the extra compartment, if you have the
right.
one with no compartment in the middle, you could put a shirt in, right? Yeah, I was successful to put like 3 to 4 blood hunt in one mailer, but the thing is, just to the UK, because remember I had like a whole bunch of stuff, right? Like prints, this, and a sketch card, right?
Mhm.
And I put them in those plastic sleeves, so it went over the 500 grams, like a few, just a few. And
Uh-huh.
dude, in the UK, it went from $22 to 44.
God damn, dude.
And I went like, ow. So I had a few that was 44, 46, 50 56 to ship, and I was asking for 25. I was like,
Well, I think that's why. Yeah, I mean that's. Let's see. So you got International Signature Series plus, which would be plus you got the shirt and the shipping on the shirt. All right, let's do this. We'll make it.
you know what you could do is you could just like you could copy the add-on of the shirt.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna have to do. Okay. So then let's try this.
How will you mess with it though? You can't edit a tier once
Yeah,
it's done.
no,
Right?
No, but
what you do?
you can
Yes,
clone it, hide the
correct,
old one,
correct,
and
Oh,
alter the
okay.
new copy of it
correct. And
that
just
hasn't
put
back yet. Yeah.
yes, and it'll never look like there's any difference. That's exactly.
Okay.
You figure this out after having many mistakes.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like you fucking like, oh my god. You know, it's fucking definitely a lot of fucking mistakes on that. There's no fucking
Aye, that's how we learn, dude. That's a good thing that we know how to adapt. We learn, and we adapt, and we upgrade, and we get better with it. Like me, I was happy to be able to find a way to be able to ship to the U.S. and between U.S. and Canada for $15. Because I understand your pain. Every time I back a book, it's oh yeah, that book looks fucking awesome. 25 bucks, I'm in. Plus $25 shipping. Ouch. Or I even know the other pain where it's like, oh, the book's $15. It's cheap. $25 shipping. Oh shit. Yeah. We're all trying to find little solutions to reduce the shipping.
Soul says, "Thanks for checking, guys."
Obviously, of course.
Yep, gotta have that good customer service.
Mm-hmm.
this. Okay. This.
Ooh.
That's on his cover. I like the green. I like the green-eyed ginger with the green tattoos on her face. I really like her a lot. Down.
Yep, wrong way. Wait. Oh,
Yep.
but there we go.
Doing it on purpose. All this streaming, this has made you a bit of a dick. Just a bit, a wee bit.
No.
A wee bit dickish. Just a wee bit.
Whoa. This is whoa. Problematic. Look at this guy. He's called Whitey.
What?
You like that?
Whoa.
Whoa.
You're canceled.
Not only that, he's actually Indian.
He's being mislabeled. He's trying to be, what is it, whitewashed.
He's a Yeti.
Oh, nice.
Tell Soul to
Is
take
there a reason why she looks like Halle Berry?
which way? Hold on, I gotta get
Are
back.
you talking about Victoria?
Yeah, Victoria. She looks like Halle Berry and Whitey.
Exactly. You like
Huh?
that? Huh? She's a mix.
Mm.
She's a mixy. I got a lot of diversity going on in here. Yeah, a lot of diversity going on.
Okay, I can go with the Whitey, but as long as she doesn't use mayo, we're good.
No, she's good. She's good. I had to throw it. Look, so you got the little extra in there. I made sure she calls Gene boss, though. You know what I mean? So we understand what's going on here.
Yes, Mr. Boss.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I forget who's in charge.
Hey, Whitey, you mean Mr. Boss Whitey?
Exactly. And I even have an alien in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He looks like
what's going
me.
on with Mr. Finn here?
Mr. Finn, Mr. Hook Finn. He's a we'll find out later on what exactly Finn is, but Finn is the unknown. They don't quite know what Finn is, but he apparently he can breathe underwater. So he's got that going for him. There's a back. It's hard, man. We talked about this yesterday. It's funny. Me and Simmer rehashed shit, but it's hard, man. When you have like a limited amount of pages, and it's like you do teams and you have these characters. It's like to develop a lot
Imagine.
of this stuff, man. It's like and have a storyline and kind of drive it. It's like you run out of these extra pages
Yeah,
to
not just that.
to
We
give
wa-
to these characters.
you get us talking about this shit, and we want to say so more, so much more.
Dude, I left a lot on the floor, bro. A
I,
lot
w- I,
on the
I wish I
floor.
was already 10 issue in to not the Merc, to be honest,
Hundred
so I
percent,
could
dude.
actually talk about it freely.
100%. This book could easily be 12 issues. It's easy,
Yeah,
easy, dude. Seriously, like there's that much that's left on the floor that just
it's the same
like
thing with not the Merc, dude. I could go for 5 years, 10 years if I wanted to with that one.
right. And that's and that really is what it looks like. Let me see that
And
page.
that's why the title, it reflects in the title. Like, people are asking me why I called it not the Merc. I'm like, because when I hit it, I was looking. There's bounty hunters, outlaws. Outlaws sounds more like criminal, even though that in mangas it's used as a merc, technically a mercenary. They're more like mercenaries, right? They're freelancers.
Mm-hmm.
And an outlaw star, they're not criminals, right? They have a code. So me, when I was thinking about my side, I'm like, that works more with an idea of a mercenary, right? You have bounty hunters that just hunt people, right? Mercs are people that are technically freelancers. Look, I got full military training, and you can hire me to, security, whatever.
Correct.
So that's why not the merc. And to me, I also told you that it can be anything. It's pretty much like I can come up with it like it's an episode. That's his job. I just come up with a job, and here we have an adventure.
Let's see here. Let's see this.
And I feel that that's the same way with the God's Hand. Like he's setting up like a universe where it can just be like fun. It's like like it gives you that BPRD type of vibe to it,
Correct.
more than Hellboy.
Where the fuck is? Well, it's and that's what it was. It was kind of like you delve into that, and so you have to address that. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's like, okay, cool, but you go into that. What I shifted on mine was the difference is that BPRD is unknown to. It's like it's super unknown, right? Whereas I took this hybrid model of Harry Potter and Men in Black to where it's like no, there it's more. It's the real world is like this, and that there's more of the real world here that keeps the regular world that everybody sees. That's the fake world. That's the hidden world. You know what I'm saying? And that more people are aware of this real world that's in here. And so this is what's really going on. And so we have these police forces, investigators, and all this stuff in each city, in each place. Like you can't have this one thing that investigates everything. It's like that's not how it works. There's so much of that. You have each state, each county, each place has to have its own division. It has to have its own police force. It has to have its
Mm-hmm.
own investigators. Now you have higher ranks. Lafitte and them would be more of an intelligence agency where they go after higher profile, but you still have to have rank and file. They go after the stray werewolf or the
Uh,
or the stray vampire. But when you get into serial killing, when you get into things like that, where it becomes more larger, then you would bring in people like Marie Laveau, Jean Lafitte, because they're high profile hunters. So just like
mm-hmm.
when you have FBI and you have mine hunters and you have these high profile, that's what Lafitte and them kind of are.
I have something. I had something similar in the Wolf Dragon. Yeah, it's like I remember Wolverine when they had that little agency where they had a little part. I just can't remember the name for the moment. But he would deposit money with them, or sometimes they could pay. He would pay them, and they were like the agency that you could open a door and be in another one of their offices across the fucking world. I just can't remember what their name were,
Hmm.
but it was in the Wolverine in the 1980s. He worked for them for a while. I just can't remember the name of the agency.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't remember either. I know you're
I
talking.
don't know.
You remember?
Well, didn't him and Creed work for him?
Yeah,
And then Maverick too, or some shit like
yeah.
they
They
had.
all. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. And it was
What is
freaking
it?
awesome.
Weapon
Yeah.
X?
No,
Well,
no.
you got to read. Let me tell you something. The first time they give you all that stuff, which is really the first time, is you have to read Sylvester's run and his
Mm-hmm.
last like 48, 49, and 50. There's this Shivia project or whatever.
Yeah,
But it
that's it.
kind of it kind of goes into this thing where you start to see that they were a part of these different organizations, and I think they kind of hit on it
But that's the thing
in
is, it's
X
those
Men.
people. It's those people that was left from there with some of the powerful one that created those things. So you had one of those mutants that could technically open a portal. He was one of those, aboriginal. That he would just
Oh,
sit somewhere and he was
yeah, that
controlling
was
portals around
that was
every
yeah,
fucking yeah,
that was Sylvester's run on
yeah,
X Men: Fall of the Mutants. It
Yeah.
was after what they called the Siege Perilous, and they kind of basically they had this situation where they kind of I know it was weird. It was like they faked their death, but they were like
mm-hmm,
somehow they were invisible to television and like you couldn't film them and shit. And they set up shop in Australia. And I think his name was Gateway, dude. And it was this
Yeah.
aberration.
yep,
He would open these portals and shit, and they would travel through these worlds and shit. But they had. I'd see. I think there was another one where I think it was an X Men. It was one of the earlier runs by Jim Lee when he rebooted everything, and I think it was like in where he fights Omega Red, where you kind of get introduced to Omega Red, and they tell a backstory that has him and Creed on a mission, and they're going to hunt down this carbonizer or some shit, and they're going to get this doctor, and him and Creed, she dies. And what happens is she puts the thing in her body, and so when they bury her, and Logan's the only one who knows that, but they show this mission where him, Creed, and Maverick are together on this mission, doing this operation into Russia to get this thing. And I think that's what you're talking about. It has something. It ties into that
yeah.
time frame.
And later on, that's when when you had the Adam Kubert run and stuff like that. He was working for that agency,
Right.
and dude, yeah,
So, um, I mean, shit. You're looking at
they were technically hiring fucking. That technically they were just going around hiring mutants to work for them.
correct.
Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, I what I can do is let's see for Soul. I mean, even if I set the shirt, even if I set the shipping at 10, you're still gonna want it coming out at about 85.
It's still $10 left.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just saying that's what you're looking at because I'm looking at it right now. It's like 25, 25. Then you get
Plus
25
10.
for the shipping. So I mean, you're talking about 75 plus 10 on that. Now, but like I said, now on the international, the thing is you are getting an extra book and you're getting an original piece of artwork in. So that's kind of I tried to offer consolation to that to help with that because I get that I understand that there's an extra a hit on that, you know. So anyway, that's changed up. So
Stefani has joined us today. Hello,
Stefani,
sir.
I got to get on. So I'm late on your book, Stefani. I got to get behind that. Stefani's another one. We need to do a three-way. We need to do a three-way crossover, Sim. For you and Stefani. I'm telling you,
Oh
man.
my.
Our three main characters, dude. I'm telling you right now, it would make a grand story. Straight up.
For that one, I might pull out my wool dragon instead.
Dude, I'm telling you, it would be a good story, bro.
Hmm. Yep, we definitely need to talk about it.
So, Soul, take a look at that, man.
Two wizards.
Dude, it's
You heard it here first, folks. Anthony Sim and Stefani Three Way.
And then Stefani's like, crossover? Yep, yep. I'm like, yep, okay, so that's gonna be happening. Okay.
it is.
I might just use that crossover to introduce Wool Dragon and Demona.
That's it. I mean, I mean, that's what it is. You know what I mean? You get involved in this shit, and it's like this is where opportunity presents
Stefani's like, three-way is not gay. Agreed.
it. Not what we doing, Sam. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe to somebody else, but with us, no,
No.
it's the future, baby.
The more the merrier, right?
Exactly. Well, let's share. You know what I mean? Why
Dude,
share the
like,
love, baby?
I'm like, yeah. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, with Vincent, it would be really cool, right? But I'm like, if if how can I say, the three ones that are very similar would be my Wolf Dragon verse, and I'm wondering, should I use something that's different with two that are in a similar path, or should we just go like full mix? You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's something that you would basically say, okay, what you could, I mean, because you would probably run two different storylines and say, okay, so with the two different storylines, which one sounds more interesting? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
what can we do more with? What can we really get down and dirty with? You know what I'm saying?
yep.
And
So
I
yeah,
think you just got to kind of play with it and see which one do you think, and then you could kind of run a rundown if you really want to do it, run two rundowns and then put it out there.
yeah.
Hey, which
We'll
one
do
do
a
you
little
guys want to
brainstorm.
see? Right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
CG, which one do you want to see? You want to see this? Or you want to see this? You know?
Also, yeah, I would say it's probably the characters that, when put together, create a more interesting dynamic and stuff
because
like that.
because that's the thing that I think it's weird because it would be kind of fucked up because I have two ideas, right? One is like imagine just the idea of having Vincent, right? Like an ancient vampire that technically does blood magic, right? Meeting those characters, you have that goes in one direction, one dynamic, right? It's a beast versus people that deal with beast, right? But if you go with like imagine like an imminent doom, something's coming, but then you have to have like three teams of different worlds teaming up to face it. It's like you have like the God's Hand. There are like three basic characters in there.
Well, you would go if you would run that. What you would do is I would just basically to keep it simple is it would just be Gene Lafitte.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying, to keep it streamlined. You know what I'm saying, where it's like, okay, boom, because Stefani's got Thomas, so he's got his cat. You know what I'm saying, and then
yep.
you throw Gene in the mix, and so you kind of run it like that. Um, that
You
way,
know what?
you're not having to deal with a lot of side story. You know what I mean? You can get straight into the heart of who these three characters are. You know what their deal is. Now you get the story of what their fun part is watching the personalities, interact in their quips, how they fuck with each other, how they talk shit to each other, how they, you know what I mean? The whole Goku Vegeta thing. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like,
But that's the
fucking,
thing.
I don't
It's
like this fucking guy.
it's
But
like
then it's like we got to work together, and then you know,
that's the thing. It's the my. It's just the idea across my mind. I'm sorry, guys, but it's just like you have like similar characters but very different facing a threat. Or I really like the idea of having Vincent in there because dude, the conflict between those characters would be just so funny. Anyways, we'll talk about it. I think yeah,
So
we
well,
are
says
you
ready.
could do. I mean, you could run. Who's dashing your French?
yeah, so in other words, if you like comics, here's not that good. Subscribe to
uh, them is you could do this thing where um to really play it up and you could have fun with it is you can create an amalgam world that has
Mm-hmm.
elements of all three worlds into one, to where it's like it's so all three of them are not on. There's no authority until something comes up, and it's like, oh, this is from my world. I know what this is. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying type of thing, and then so then you can make the world however you want. So then you just kind of, you're not so constrained to follow certain paths that eliminate other paths.
Yep. So go back to God's hand, because there's a lot of shit coming.
He says, "Go with your gut."
And Stefani will be talking. Dude, that would be one of the biggest crossovers yet. 3 titles.
I
Mhm.
agree.
It is ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get to. I'm going to play this trailer so people get to see what this is about more.
At nightfall, a string of murders in New Orleans has been uncovered. These aren't your typical acts of violence. The victims bear an unknown supernatural mark. When the city's protector, Marie Laveau, is found murdered, a collective team of reformed sinners with supernatural powers, led by the immortal Jean Lafitte, are called in to solve the case. As they delve deeper into Marie's death, they begin to suspect the rise of the Black Queen, an entity that has been asleep for centuries. Now awakened, her evil threatens to free the ancient gods of chaos and cover the world in a cloak of darkness. I smell human. As her minions crawl out of the shadows and threaten to unleash horror upon the city, only Jean Lafitte and his team of hunters stand between the darkness and the total destruction of the city. All help now rests in a team simply known as God's Hand.
Oh, that's a good trailer. I like the guy had a good voice for it.
Heath,
Stefani
let me tell you something. That
said,
guy's
Anthony,
what he says.
Stefani said, I am in. He's
I
in.
love it, brother.
And I
Love
agree
it.
with Metal Movie and Brewski. I want to go to New Orleans so bad one day. Yeah.
You love it, bro. I'm telling you, man, it's a hell of a place, bro. You know what I mean? And if you into any type of, you know, party and anything like that, there's no, there ain't no other place like it. I mean, it really ain't. It's a 24/7 town, but it's a blue collar town. I mean, that's the thing. Like when you go out and you party, it ain't like Vegas where people. It's not like that. It's just basically a bunch of blue collar motherfuckers getting together, bro, having a good old time. You know what I'm saying? And it's down. Let me tell you something. Bourbon Street is down and dirty, bro.
Did I get,
You know what I
did I
mean?
get, is there a second trailer? I don't see it.
There is, but it's just me talking. I took it off. I took it off because it was just. It's like okay. It cuts off. It cuts off at that point. Yeah, yeah. There's a longer one. It just cuts off, and it's basically me giving a pre-campaign pitch. So it's basically, me talking about the book and, what you're going to get, and I'm sitting, and I watched that. It's one of those things. I don't know if this happened to y'all, but when I first was promoting the book, like, yeah, at some point, bro, you just like, dude, I don't want to watch myself talking again. It's just fucking
Mm-hmm.
sick, And you're just like, okay, bro, because you know it, right? It's like, and it's an additional minute. And it's like, it's like an additional a minute in like 45 seconds. So it's like you realize the trail is a minute long, right? So it's like the rest of it is me like talking and shit. It's just like, look, bro, look, the trailer does it. I'm on a show. I'm gonna talk about it. They don't want to see me again for another minute and 30 seconds, bro, talking. It's just like, I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna cut this. I'm just cutting.
Yeah,
Cutting it.
it makes sense to kind of trim the fat, so to speak, to keep it nice and short and
Well,
for
it's
a bite-sized kind of thing.
me talking is pre-campaign though. I mean, it's essentially like when campaign is at 0, it's me talking. So once the campaign's funded, it's kind of like it's really what I'm saying, because I throw out that it's a 48-hour early bird special if you get it within the first 2 days, and it's like that's all done. That's you know what I mean? Like it's not even there anymore. And then I'm talking about if we get this, then it's like yeah, I'm going to reveal the secret artist that we got if we hit this goal. It's like well, that's a perk now, brother. You get to get the book and the artist and everything. So it just became where a lot of the information in it is just not relevant anymore. And then I didn't want people sitting through 3 minutes of a video that after the first minute you're either in or you're out at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go through the perks, you see, oh well, look, they got this, and then you got the stretch goals, which I didn't get. You know, none of that's in the video. I don't get to talk about any of that stuff. So that was kind of why the decision was made to kind of to cut that out.
Look, those memories. Rich says I like the other Tony did too.
Which other?
About like another trailer, I guess.
Which one are you talking about? The one with me in it, or
I'm not sure what he's talking about.
The other book, because there's another book, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I want to do the culture. Dude, the food is the food.
Yeah, okay, now he's talking about New Orleans. I get that one.
Yeah, the food is ridiculous.
There's all kinds of places I want to go.
Yeah, the food is ridiculous out there.
You just said yeah.
Okay, yeah, trailer. Okay, yeah, so it's another trailer.
It would have to be the one where I'm in it, and again, it's the same. The first part of it's exactly the same. The second part is just me in a comic book shop talking about how the kind of story came about, what we were looking for, who was because I had I talked about the editor, the first colorist we had, which wound up when I went to CG, lost that colorist. Decided to get another one, so we went. I don't know. It is what it is. Everybody knows that story. But that's why that trailer ain't on there anymore. But that guy Christopher Leach, man, he's a real cool dude, man. He's happy to help me with any of my trailers, bro. He's like, yeah, no, man, let me know, dude. Just to be a part of it. I'm like, gotcha, bro. Cool, man.
So do back God's hand. You're running out of time. It will be closing on Halloween.
So let me know, man. I knocked it down $10 on the international, but let me know if I need to sweeten the pot. I can maybe throw in another metal bookmark for you. But what you would have to do is because I'm going to send out an update when I start shipping and I start my fulfillment, and I'll send out an update and just basically say if there's anything that's changed on addresses, if there's anything that we talked about or anything like that, now's the time to remind me in the updates, and then you can say, hey, don't forget to throw the extra bookmark in. You know what I'm saying? So let me know, brother.
Let me look here. Oh, we got Chris Oak. He has joined us. Greetings.
Greetings.
All right.
Hello. Sorry.
Yeah, I've been tempted to get that T-shirt myself. I do need to get more duds. I don't have a lot of clothes, and that is a cool shirt.
Let me know where you stay at. Where you at? You in Georgia? You said where you at?
Oh no, I'm in West Virginia.
You're in West Virginia. That's right, West Virginia. All right. Hit me up. We'll talk afterwards.
I'm a mountaineer.
He's a mountaineer over there, man.
He's one of those country roaders.
Yeah,
I can tell, man. He got those shotgun back there and shit.
You just said, I'll be back. I'm just gonna go refill my coffee.
Yeah, I didn't get any coffee today. I probably should have.
Oh man, I got mine. I think this is the longest I've done streams for ever. Because I was on lit. I was like I was on. I've been on since 7:30. So
Oh my gosh.
I was lit devil starts up at 7:30, bro. And I was on
Dang
that
on.
one, and then we ran to the end, and it was like they were still going. And when you hit me up, I was on, and I was pitching God's hand, and so I bounced from there. I went and got some more coffee, and then bounced on with you. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that shit. I've seen streams go into 5-6 hours, man. I'm like, holy shit, dude. I don't.
I couldn't do that. Dang on. No, I could not do that. I get about 2 hours in and I'm definitely starting
Yeah.
to feel it.
Well, it's like these goddamn earphones, man. They start fucking, man. My ears are sweating and shit. I'm like, God
Yeah.
damn, bitch.
Yeah, like I'm already starting to feel like the pressure on my ears and the scratchiness around it where it's yeah, messing with my hair. Mm-mm. My back's starting to hurt. uh,
So, yeah, I think I got. Set up something for that.
yeah, what was this one? I forgot about this creator control one. The big,
That's
the big
that's the
one.
one. Yeah, that's the one. Basically, you come down to New Orleans and
So
we
Anthony, Soul says, Anthony, I think you got
yeah,
yourself a new backer.
awesome, man, awesome. Like I said, yeah. So just hit me when I send the updates, man. Just hit me up, bro. You know what I mean? And we'll take care of you, bro. Because I appreciate any of the internationals. I appreciate. I get it. We had this.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Sam had this conversation. We had this conversation yesterday, and actually, I adjusted my international because of the original conversation. Me, you, and Chris had because we were talking about this. How do you help out this international thing? So I went in and I redid my international, and because of the $25 shipping, I added an extra comic book in there, which was the original book I crowdfunded, which was called Count Carlos, which is a 32-page floppy, and then I added in a piece of original artwork to help cushion the $25 blow. Because it's like, man, it's so I appreciate any of the international backers. I
Mm-hmm.
get it, man. It's anytime I have to do it, it's like if I'm doing this is because I really want this book. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you're not gonna go in an extra 25 unless you really believe in the project. So we want to make sure that any of the international people, man, that we take care of because we appreciate. I know I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, I mean it's valuable feedback.
Yep. I mean, it's the reason why I did the sketch card thing on Blood Hunt.
Right,
And people, you get that bookmark that nobody knew we're getting.
right. No, I mean that's what you want to do, man. You
Yep.
really do. You want to do shit like that. Yeah.
Like right
So
now, people are gonna get a little surprised they're not expecting. I'm not saying it.
yeah,
Because like I said, like one of the things I said is I'll randomly put some sketch cards, right? But you know, when we close, I don't know, maybe I'll throw in something else, get an extra print, or I don't know.
that's it. No,
That's
I
what I
think
did
that's
for a lot of people. Like some people were waiting for an original art. They got like that a print, like the tube that's gonna go in Chris's way and Star soon. It's gonna be freaking heavy.
that's a hint, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, creative control. You get all this killer swag out of it. But then also we were when conventions were still on, we were thinking that we would have the Wizard World here in January, and we'd have you come down and sit behind a table and stuff, and kind of experience what the convention's like, from the other side of the table. And then afterwards, we go down to Bourbon Street. We go to Gene Pete's blacksmith shop and get a few drinks and talk about the story, and then talk about book two, and kind of what direction it's going in, some of the characters, and actually let you sit down and develop your own character in the story. So that's what that was.
That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
If you scroll down to page number 8, I think it is. Keep scrolling. I think it's the second to last page. Next that one there. That lamppost, go up where that lamppost is. That's Gene Lafitte's blacksmith shop. That's the actual bar. It's on the corner of Bourbon and St. Philip's right there. And that's what it looks like. It looks like that. It looks. I mean, it looks like an old ass building like that too. So if you make it down there, I'll take you out there. Not gonna promise you're not gonna get rolled or anything like that, but I will take you down there.
Yeah, if you got some loose money laying around.
There's this sign I want, and I think on my next campaign I'm gonna do it as a print or as a sticker. But there's this. They used to put these signs down in the French Quarter, and it used to say, "Beware of pickpockets and loose women." They used to post those up in the quarter.
Soul says backer 301 book and shirt ordered under my account.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. So
No Movies and Brewski says nice locational details. That's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's always nice to see that kind of put into the book. Nice little flavor.
Well, there's a few parts. Like, it's funny because there's a few parts in there that because it's because that's the thing too, is there's a few parts in there where they talk, and again the reader may not pick up on it, but locals will. You know what I mean? Like, there's a few little spots where they kind of a few of the little jabs they throw in there, are like local jabs and shit. Like, there's this one part where Lafitte's going and he goes to see his one of his partners and shit. The dude's telling him, "Well, look, me and Marie found something, and it's best I just show you. You know what I'm saying? What it is, versus tell you." And he's like, "Look, follow me." And Lafitte's like, "Where you taking me, man?" He's like, "Where you taking me? You taking me to the you taking me to the Rawhide? And the Rawhide's like this notorious gay joint." And so we have like these little jokes in there where it's like, if you know the turf, if you know the town, you'll pick up on shit, bro.
Soul says we appreciate you, Anthony.
Yeah, you're right, bro.
Yeah. So it's a good looking book. I like the idea. I always like lore. I'm always into like lore and universes and stuff. So what you're setting up sounds really cool.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's really it's a setup. You know what I'm saying? Where you get into this world, and again, you're finding out about it as you're following this guy as he's doing this stuff. But it's funny because you're catching up with this world, and what you're initially doing. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to catch you up to Lafitte, to have an understanding of the world that he has. But the moment you catch up with Lafitte, then you're thrown into an entirely different world that Lafitte doesn't even know. And so you're now thrown off balance into this other world now, and you're walking step in step with Lafitte. You know what I'm saying? As he's discovering the things, you're discovering the things. You know what I mean? And kind of you're walking, in lockstep with Lafitte at that point. By the time you get to book 2, that's what that kind of is. It's kind of him waking up to another world that he didn't know existed, as the reader is waking up to this world that they don't know anything about.
Yeah, at first the reader's kind of playing catch up, but then it's kind of like we're discovering everything as it's being kind of uncovered as well.
Correct.
All right, Sim, where are you
Yes.
at? You're being
Right here.
quiet. What's going on?
I'm listening.
I don't feel comfortable when you're quiet, especially on this stream. I shouldn't have to be talking on this stream.
You're asking question and you're talking.
This is work for me. I don't like this.
You're leveling up.
I'm supposed to be like
You're being a big boy.
leaning back and going to sleep.
You're being a big boy and
That's funny.
asking questions. I'm letting you fly, dude. It's like,
He's he's cutting the umbilical cord, man. He's like, he's setting you free, man. Look at you go.
I'm
I
letting
don't.
you paddle in the water by yourself a little
No,
bit.
I don't think.
It's like that. I'm holding the bike, and then you think I'm still holding the bike, but I'm letting you go, and then you're like, why did you let go? That's what's happening right now.
Hmm.
Don't crash. We're good.
Well, too late. Too late.
Too late.
No,
Too late.
No,
I don't.
I was writing a little post, telling everybody that that back the book before we go in demand will be getting the trading card, because there's many people that send me an email saying that Mailchimp did not send them the email, and I'm also writing that the first 100 people get a sketch card.
There you go.
But I don't think I ever asked you on any of these streams. Who's this Zabra Seuss fellow?
That is that essentially is the villain, right? And that's it kind of ties you into the world a little bit, but it pulls you into what happened, why he got exiled, and kind of Zorba represents his past sin is what he represents, and Lafitte having to address that and see that. But by addressing it and by looking at it, it, he realizes that there's something more here. There's something a lot more to what's going on than just this thing. That there's a bigger world here, and Zorba is kind of the the center point of that, the focal point of that, and he's kind of ushers in that. He's the bridge between Lafitte's past and his future, right? He brings that concept forward. He is the bridge for that. So
Okay. Yeah, and through the action.
yeah, he's essentially he's an ancient race of what they call grievers, and the grievers essentially are again a creature that can reap souls, and so you start to understand that part of the lore of the Grim Reaper is born from the grievers. And what they would do in ancient times is they would reap souls and then feed them to the old gods by way of the old priests and priestesses. So they served the ancient gods of chaos, and that was their role. As these collectors of souls, and this is how they would appease the ancient gods and whatnot. And so it kind of you start tying all that kind of stuff in. So
Okay, yeah. Okay, so he's the main antagonist, and like through like the actions of him and everything, our main characters has to confront his past and his own sins, and then we get to learn more about our main character's backstory and things like that.
Correct.
Okay, that's could be
correct.
That's always fun.
Well, that's what you want. You know what I mean? Like you want to kind of. It's okay. You come up and you say, "Hey, I have this awesome character." It's like, okay, cool, but now, how are you going to introduce that character? How are you going to weave that into the story?
Yeah, that way we're still getting his origin, but it's not like just ham-fisted thrown in there. We're still getting some really cool and interesting current events going on.
You want to try to not keep it right on the nose. You want to kind of weave it in there so that when it does come out, it's very organic. It feels very natural. It feels very like, oh wow, look at it, because that's my thing. My thing is I guess as a writer, as a creator, is what I'm thinking about, and how well I do at it will change over time. But it's like whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm creating, my core objective is ultimately to, and I use this as an idea is I want to take the reader and I want to immerse them into this. And the only time that I want them to come up for air is when I put something in there and it makes them come up for air. But at no point should they be reading the story and go, "Oh, what is that? Why is that like that?"
Yeah,
you've lost them unless it's there for a reason to make them question. If you let them up for air on purpose, it's one thing. But if you're doing something in a way to where they should be reading through it and never pull up. By the time they get to the end, they should never have stopped and asked themselves, well, why is that? What is this thing here? That doesn't make any sense. I don't get why that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it should be pretty smooth that by the time they come up, they go, wow, that was really good.
Yeah, yeah. There never should be a time where the reader feels like he's right in. There should never be a time where the reader doesn't feel like he's in that universe, right there beside
Right.
the main character,
You
following
don't want-
along.
Right. You don't want the reader to ever feel like I'm the reader. Like
Yeah,
you want them to be so immersed in the story that they don't realize that they're reading the story, that they're just
yeah,
following it. They're eating it up. They're just absorbing it. You know what I'm saying? They're going, okay, this panel, okay, look at this. Wow, that happened. What did he say? He said this. Oh, he said that. Well, this guy moved here. And they're just organically moving through it. You know?
yeah. Because I'm really bad one of those types of people where when I'm watching like a movie or something, I'm just sitting there nitpicking the hell out of it, just questioning everything. So when I know like I know when a comic's good because I'll get to the end and I'll be like, wait a minute, I never once sat there and went, hey, what about this? Hey, what's this going? Like, what,
I try to run an 85% rule. If I can get 75, I'm doing pretty good. But if 75% of the people who read it and look at it go through one time and they're just like, wow, that was good, you're good, man. You know what I mean? Like after that, if you go back and read shit, and I don't care who you are, you know what I mean? Like most of the time, you'll find inconsistencies. You'll find things that what now thinking about that doesn't. I'm not sure if that if that is explained and stuff. But if you can hit that 75 spot, where 75 to 85% of the people who go through it just roll through, man, you hit a good little mark right there, man. You know.
And this lady, her outfit reminds me of an outfit I would see, those party goers for Halloween wear.
Well, this was funny. I got asked this question today. Which would do I like? Do I like Halloween or Christmas better? Which one do I like better? And a lot of people were like, "Oh, Halloween." And I was like, "Well, I would say Halloween, but because we have Mardi Gras, uh, I'm gonna say Christmas because you'll see that at Mardi Gras, you'll see outfit like that easy. You know what I mean? It's like it's weird. Mardi Gras is like an adult Halloween, but it's outdoors. And there's floats and there's bands and there's beads and there's food and it's like this humongous freaking outdoor Halloween party. In the daytime, that's what I mean. But they got parades at nighttime. Shit. So it's a trip. So that's why I say Christmas because I got Mardi Gras. So
I already got my Halloween.
yeah, baby, I got that. So
Yeah, I've heard a lot of wild stories about Mardi Gras.
shit, bro. I promise you, bro. As many as you hear, it ain't like going. You go, bro. It's a trip, man. I mean, it's weird because and it's taken me a while to kind of catch on to a lot of that stuff because being born and raised here, you don't pay attention to it, right? So you just don't know. So like for me, it's like I don't, when I was out there ripping and running and shit, like you don't pay attention to this shit, like because you're born and raised in a place where it's a 24/7 town. If I want a bottle of liquor, if I want some Jack Daniels, bro, I'll just go to the Shell station. You understand what I'm saying? Like and I can go to a 24-hour Shell station and buy it whenever I want. And here's the other one, which is weird. Like if I want a beer, I go to any store and buy a beer. And guess what? I can walk out that store with that beer, crack it open, and just drink it, and just walk around and be outside. That's what people trip out on. When you come down from Mardi Gras and shit, everybody's out in the open. Everybody's on the streets drinking. Like everybody's pouring drinks and they just drinking. And you going from bar to bar, and there's the cops standing there and shit. People get all like freak. It's like, nah, bro, this shit ain't in a glass bottle. You good to go. They got these things called to-go cups, where it's like when you're drinking in the bar and you're just like, yeah, I'm finished up. Can I get a to-go cup? Yeah, here it is. There you go. From you, I'm home on the streets, moving to the next bar.
That's how it used to be here too.
I think I was like 17, bro. I went to Florida, and I was messing around in the bars and shit. I went to leave, and I was like, "Yo, can I get a to-go cup?" And they looked at me like I was fucking stupid. They're like, "What are you?"
Fuck
Fuck
you
you.
talking about?
I want you to put it in. I want to leave. You can't leave with that. Like, oh, okay, you know. So, but it's crazy because it's the culture here is built around that. You know what I mean? Like, you won't go like in New Orleans. You born and raised in New Orleans. There is no outside event, concert, festival, anything where everybody there is not drinking, getting low. It just doesn't exist. You understand what I'm saying? So it was. I remember I was like 4 years. I had not had a drink or a drug in like 4 years, and I went with my cousin to this place in Houston, and he brought me to this little like town square. We went eating afterwards, like 50, 75 people out there. They all fucking having a good time and shit. And bro, I felt so uncomfortable for about 15, 20 minutes. And I was like, I couldn't understand it, bro. And then it dawned on me. It's like, yeah, all these people, ain't none of them drinking. Ain't none of them, because you can't drink outside in other states. And that shit was so weird to me because my entire life I was raised around this shit. But that people not drinking, being together in masses, that
Mm-hmm.
that is totally abnormal to me.
Same
You know
here.
what I mean? So it's strange when people come to New Orleans because the culture is different here than it is anywhere else in the United States. It's a totally different way of life. We live different here. When people come down here, they just fucking go berserk, bro. Because it's just like, holy shit, we can pretty much
We could do all this.
dude. You come down for Mardi Gras, motherfuckers are pulling tits out, just all kind of shit. Some beads and shit, man. Just like, what the fuck, man?
You want some beads, do you?
Bruh. So it's a trip. You ever get a chance, definitely do it. And then, like you said, and then to add to that, the food is ridiculous. The food is unbelievable.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying some New Orleans food.
Cajun food, Creole food. You got Italian food. That's Italian Cajun food. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, man. You go get you some, like you say, you go get you some Italian pasta with maybe a little bit of red gravy, maybe a little bit of little red sauce. You know, maybe a cream sauce with some crawfish. You know what I'm saying? With some, with some shrimp in it or something like that. You know, you got, pasta jambalaya. You got chicken, shrimp, sausage, over some penne pasta. You know what I mean? With some, like I said, with some Cajun sauce on it. It's a trip. Killer food, bro. It'll kill you because it has so much salt and butter in it. But you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna die of something. You know. So if the prostitutes don't get you, if the pickpockets don't get you, if the drinking and liquor don't get you, the food's gonna kill you. You know what I mean?
Well, you gotta die sometime, I guess. Might as well
I'm dying
go
with,
out enjoying yourself.
you know.
Oh my. Let's see here. Soul says purgatory for the win. Okay. Oh my. Oh,
Sexy.
now, I haven't asked you that one. Mr. Figaro. Now, obviously, you're doing God's Hand. What other upcoming projects do you have planned?
I have my editor and actual one time partner Marcus the Gisu. He's doing the editing and the lettering for me right now. We did a project back in 2003. We actually saw print, and it was called Justice City Chronicles. And we did an issue 2 that never saw print. I got hit with Katrina, and just it kind of went downhill from there. So we brought the first issue, and then we got the second issue, and we remastered it. We changed the dialogue and the story of it. We added to it. We recolored it, and then we added in. We got a bunch of bonus stuff that's never been seen. Well, the whole issue too had never been seen. And we added in all this extra stuff, a lot of character bios. We have we're adding a prologue and an epilogue to it, and we're going to throw some new covers on it and stuff. And we're looking. We wanted to launch it right after God's hand went into fulfillment, but that puts us in November. You know what I'm saying? And so the rule of thumb right now is like November and December. You don't really want to launch it. You know, I'm trying to go. I'm trying to stay with that. You know what I mean? Even though I did it completely opposite when I launched. I didn't know any better, so I launched on Halloween. So like I've launched in November and December. Um, so what we're hoping is that we may just not do that and just launch maybe mid January, and then spend the next November and December kind of doing a lot of promo stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just hitting the shows,
Yeah.
getting the getting people to sign up and all that kind of stuff
Yeah,
like
kind
that.
of getting people hyped for it and
Right.
everything.
And so hopefully we'll launch that in either mid January or close to the end of January, and then run that for 30 days, and then February. So then that would mean that we would go into fulfillment because the book is done. You know what I mean? Except for the epilogue and the prologue, which is that's all that needs to be done, which is not much at all. But by the time we launch, that book is going to be done. So what we're hoping is that by the end of it in February, we can start fulfillment. And so then for the month of, let's just say March, we'll be, doing the fulfillments. And so then hopefully by April, I can start promoing God's Hand Volume 2 so that hopefully we can launch that campaign in May. That would be the best case scenarios,
Okay.
That's what I know of. But then it's like, me and Sim want to do something, and then now you got me, Sim, and Stefani want to do something. You know what I mean? It's like, you start, you know what I mean? And that's part. I mean, that's a real thing, man. And it's like you start to realize, like, it's like, yeah, man, this is why you kind of want to make profit off of this, because it's like, hey, man, I have to pay bills. Like, I don't have time to go to another job
Yep.
and do this and do this. You know what I mean? So it's like you start getting to that place where it's like I need to make enough profit off of this to pay my bills, so then I can stay home and then I can work on multiple projects at one time. And I
and,
can.
and and like we discussed with Russ on the last show, like that little area of between 10 to 15K, it's like the sweet spot.
It is.
It's the sweet spot for us to go like, yeah, we can keep going. We can keep going with another issue, another, I can dedicate 3 to 4 or 5 months just for this. Boom.
Correct. Correct. I mean, that's my thing. I mean, and it's possible. I think that's what, in that's how that's how I want to look at it. I want to look
Yep.
at it at what Ethan and Fraga and Billy
It's
and
bigger.
John,
It's the
what
bigger, the bigger plan, the bigger picture
yeah,
type of things. Like, yeah.
they represent what's possible. I mean, they really look Graham Nolan. You know what I'm saying? I
Yep.
mean, obviously, they represent what's possible. So it's like, yeah, guess what? I made this much this time, but if I fulfill, right, and then I go back and I create another project that's a good project that's done in the same way, then I can move up the ranks, man, and then I can get to that place where it's like, cool, man, I'm doing this, made this. Guess what? I got two more projects too over here. Because I don't now have to go and I don't have to punch a clock for somebody else. And that's ultimately what I want to do. I would love to move. Like I said, I like, and I know Zach's not necessarily an artist, but I like that, I would like to move into that as well, to where it's like, yeah, I'm working on one project as the artist, but I also have a project that I wrote that I hired an
Yep.
artist to do. You know what I'm saying? To where I'm running multiple IPs at one time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not drawing everything all the time. That no, I got this one over here, which I created, and then I hired a writer and an artist to make it, to polish it and put it together.
To eventually be handling multiple projects at one time.
Yeah, I want to move. I want to be Lucas, man. I mean, I want to be Lucas. That's what I want to do. Where they have these universes that are going on, and I got a writer over there working on this character. Oh, I got this guy over here making this over here. But they're all my IPs.
It's like there's IPs that I just, that it's only gonna be me. Maybe like I'll hire like an artist to do some feelings, like not the ongoing serial, but it's just gonna be me,
Right.
right? But there's other IPs that I have that I'm like, I might start it, or I might just hire somebody else to be the
That's what
artist
I'm
on it.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like if you look, man, I have a fucking gang of IPs. I don't have enough. Even if like tomorrow they were like, look, dude, you don't have to work anymore. Just work on these. Like I don't know if I don't know if I could create all my IPs, man. Like seriously, it would take me a while to put them together. And it's like, so while I'm working on this IP, guess what? The old IP, no one's getting any of that because I can't do 8 IPs at one time. I can't draw, write, create at one time. I can't do it. And so if I can get to the place where I can farm out these IPs and pick the artists and pick the writers to that I feel fit with this IP. Because I got noir IPs. I mean, I got IPs in different genres that I think,
But it's not
yeah,
just artists, dude. We can also hire like writers. Like me, one of my
absolutely,
ideas is I want to hire
thousand,
Mike Barron to write a short story in a
thousand
Novverse.
percent. No,
Yeah.
absolutely, 1,000% on that. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. It's like I got IPs that are in different genres. Western,
Mm-hmm.
future, sci-fi, space, horror, noir. You know what I mean? So it's like, so then you go, okay, well, let me look because I kind of like I like this style. And who's got this like style, this kind of noir style? And it's like, well, cool. Let me get this artist on. Who tends to write this type of story? Let me get this guy on. Let me say, okay, so here's my characters. Here's kind of what I want. Here's the idea behind this. This is the character. This is the journey that I want him to go on. These are the points that I want to get across. I want him from here to here. This is the important part here, here, and here. Make that happen. And then turn it over to the and let them do their thing. To make a real creative endeavor, man. So, fuck,
Who
fellas.
says I would love to just make my comics for a living. I think
Yep.
it's all of you creators' goals.
1,000%, man.
That's what we're saying. Like the sweet spots between the 10, 15K. Because if you think
Yeah.
about it, you make 2 books. That's between 20 to 30K a year. So that's a good basic, right? But then you can build. You can hope to build up on it. You make some little contracts on the side. Little job here, a little job there. You're good. You can keep on going. Hopefully, we can get to the 20, 25.
That's
That's
what
that
I'm
that
like.
that's the spot where we're like, okay, we're good.
That's what I'm saying.
Then
You know what I mean?
then it's just uphill.
Correct. That's kind of the what I'm shooting on, like you're saying. But like you said, and that's 20, and that's 25. That's profit. That's after I pay out all this other stuff. And it's like, yo, man, like that shit builds up fast, bro. Fast. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you paying a colorist, right? And you get into this shit, man. It's like, yo, man, that shit will add up on your ass real quick,
Yeah, like right now,
real quick.
I'm paying colorist on Telson and that person. Like,
Dude,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, shit ain't no jizz. It's like, damn, bro. It's like I should learn how to color, motherfuckers.
Like just
Hands over here.
I was checking just to have Blood Hunt colored, right? 72 pages. That's between $2,000 to $3,000 easy.
That's a good price too, bro. That's a
Yeah,
good. Let me tell you something. That's a
that's a
good
good price.
price, bro.
That's a
That's
startup.
like a
I'm
buddy
like,
price. That's like a
yeah,
buddy price. That's a buddy price, bro.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like serious business, man. It's like,
It goes up pretty goddamn fast.
bro.
Like that's why we're not joking when we're saying like usually a production like a while back the guys from Top Cow they went on social media trying to explain that a regular floppy, right, in production, right, the advertisement, the drawing, the writing, the editing, the inking, the coloring, a book comes out easy between 15 to 20K investment,
I know, dude.
just a floppy.
That's what I'm saying. And then like Sim's saying, and that's what me doing the artwork. That's what me
Mm-hmm.
doing the artwork, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not paying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know about Sim. I'm not paying myself. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, like this, this whatever profit I make goes into the next book, but it
Mm-hmm.
goes into color and then it goes into paying the colorist.
That's how I could already pay Beacon. He's already the
Right.
color his part is already paid. It's like we pay things in advance. Like right now, all the stickers are ordered for the 6 a.m. stickers. So it's kind of like that's how we keep going forward. It's not just that obviously I took like a little bit of money, but not that much, not enough
Yeah.
to say that
Right.
I paid myself.
No, exactly. It's like, yeah, bro, I bought myself some shoes, because my other ones were had a couple holes in them and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I bought myself a Lipton iced tea from the store. Just thought I would reward myself with
I
a
mean, that's
drink.
why I was pretty happy when I closed Bloodhound at 12,500, right? I was like, I'm in between. I'm in the sweet spot. So
That's
now
it.
all I need to do is, fulfill, and I did. So now I'm on my second project.
That's it, brother. That's where I'm. That's my next goal, bro. Straight
And,
up,
and
is
to
to
me,
get
it's
into
like,
fulfillment and get those fucking books in people's hands.
yeah,
Like that's what the fuck I want more than it right now, more than any fucking thing else. I
Yeah.
want product in fucking consumers' hands, bro.
And it's
and
it's
usually,
only uphill.
when you see a book funding like between 3,000 and 5,000, we understand that usually that's not even the cost of what's gonna that barely that covers like maybe printing and
That's what I'm saying. You talking about, and that's you know what I
yeah.
mean, like, and that's if the book is of any type of quality, printing page, colorist printing things like this, like yo man, like that ain't no bullshit. 5,000, and it's like okay, now you get into the actual fulfillment aspect of it, the shipping,
Hmm.
Gemini mailers. Those motherfuckers ain't cheap, Jack. You know what I mean? It ain't like what I'm saying. It's like I'm not just throwing. So it's like yo man, them things cost, bro. Amazon doesn't give you the fucking
and
free shipping on those
and
motherfuckers.
there's also the part that we already invested in this from our own money and time before anything like Blood Hunt. Remember, it was pretty much like uh 48 page were done when I came in the first time before I read through all 48, then finished it.
Damn, boy.
Dude, it's you get a new Cintiq, you get better equipment, you get a new
I
pro, then you start going into it, and you're like, you know what? I got better. Let's me pimp it up a bit, and then you're like, fix this, fix that, and then you're like, you know what? I just read you an entire 48 page, and let's finish this now.
I made the mistake. Yeah, I made the mistake of starting to learn Photoshop now, and I'm like,
Oh,
fuck.
right?
Look, I get into the rabbit hole. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on a second. I think I can change this and shit.
Yeah.
And I have to tell myself, no, bro, stop, bro. We'll do next time. You gotta stop, bro. Because I'd be on there doing it'd be like you'll lose hours, bro. Just out, you just be like doing it and shit. Next thing you know, you're like, oh, don't you have some fucking thing to do for the over here? And you're like, oh shit, that's right.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, yeah, but I could do this. And it's just like not easy, So it's I agree, like you do, and that's what I'm saying. Like you know, the whatever extras that I have made, are primarily going into upgrade of equipment. Buying a microphone. You know what I'm saying? So I can do live streams, buying a webcam, like doing, you know what I mean? Like it's all investment into trying to make whatever product, and me being a part of the product as well. With crowdfunding, it's like we talked about that yesterday. You have to kind of get out there and you have to, expose yourself to the fans and say, hey, here I am. You're a part of the process. You need to make sure you invest in that. I made the mistake, and I got one. I got to order. I'm gonna wait till I think it's October 15th. October 15th is uh, that the digital day where everything goes on sale. It's on sale on Amazon. I got to order me a goddamn Yeti mic. I tried to be a fucking tried to budget. Got another microphone. It sounds like I'm underwater all the fucking time. Either that, or I have to put it in my mouth like I'm fucking sucking on a robot cock. And it's like fucking, you know, and like
Dude, don't
no, you got to
complain.
get a
Work that
fucking
chef.
Yeti, man.
Like, don't complain. Work that chef.
Cradle, cradle the balls, man. Swallow the gravy. You know.
Grab
But
onto it and hold it close.
I know, Stefan. You love you, bro. You got the colors, brother. I'm gonna tell you that. Dude.
Hmm.
That shit will cost you, bro. And if you want to hire, and you're good at it, that's the thing. If you want to hire someone who's as good, think about that. If you wanted to hire someone that was good as Stefan, right? You ain't getting close to that, bro. Like your $50 is like the buy-in. That's just the buy-in. You want to start
I don't
talking
know.
to Stefani,
I
bro?
I got me Scottman for Nat the Merc and Beacon for Telson and Adverse.
Got you. You get your friend price.
I got the Scotsman.
You got the Scotsman discount.
He's my bro.
Hey, you got that bro code price. You know what I mean? Like if you're not, and it's like you go to hire someone like that, it's like, yo, man,
Yeah, I'd probably be tying up a knot now somewhere on on the rope.
yeah, it,
Joking.
you know. So
Yeah,
it's like
a good colorist is you know.
they can make or break your fucking book, man.
But dude, it's not just that, dude. You can say what you want, but you're just an artist.
Yeah. Now I've seen. Now I'll tell you what I've seen, and this is no bullshit. You know, artists. I mean, you know, and again, I am an artist. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, man, a good colorist. Bro, I see good colorists turn shit artwork into some fucking magnificent. Like you look at it and you're like, oh, this is good, you know. And then you pull the colors off and you go, oh my god, what the fuck? Like a
So
good colorist, dude, can. I mean, if a good colorist can take shitty artwork and make it look good, he can make good artwork look great, bro. Straight up.
so there's like, don't be cheap and give bonuses. Trust me, bro.
I
They trust me. They do get bonuses. They're
I throw incentives in there, man. Like
hmm
we set out a look. Here's the kind of time frame. If you can come in under that time frame, there's a bonus involved. Now, if we, you know, and if we do good, like, you know, and the campaign does good, which again you hope it does. There's always, if I do good, I always break bread.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? Like that, you have to break bread. You know, that's only right. So, you know, but bonuses in the contract's good. Where it's like, look, if you can finish this ahead of schedule, if you
dude.
can put, you know, it's like
There
cool, bro.
there's bonuses, and you know, like just to give you an example, like I'm pitching, like I even sent a copy to Robert Rodriguez, and Bloodhound is getting trying to pitch to Netflix and stuff like that. So I'm like, even if I get a deal in there, the people that worked on it, like my editor and my co-writer, they're getting a
Sure.
bonus.
Thousands, yeah, thousands.
Yeah,
No, yeah, 1,000%, bro.
that's how I am.
You know, I agree with that. I think that too. I think any especially because again, if you're launching off a finished product and it's like, well, cool, man. Like whoever was a part of that project, it's like, well,
hmm
yeah, man. You know, like that's part of it. You know, especially as a creator, you know, you're looking at it going, man, these colors came out
Dude,
beautiful.
my co-writer got his books right, and he's also getting like bonus books, but he got a tube, and he's like, "What's in that tube?" So he had a
Yeah,
nice eight, like 9 by 11 drawing of Vincent. He had like a Superman, Batman, Joker sketch, uh, three prints. Like, dude, like, thank you.
that's what you do. No, I hear you.
Yeah,
No, that's what I say. I mean, and that's that's my. Sometimes that's my issue is I'll start going crazy on that shit. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden you just start, you know, like, yeah, let me throw this in here. Let me, and it's just
dude,
like, you know,
you
then I'm
must
like,
cherish.
man,
If you're lucky enough to have a good team, you better cherish that
there's no
goddamn
doubt
team.
on that,
If
bro.
you got a good
There's
colorist,
no
well, you
fucking doubt.
pimp that fucking colorist.
No doubt on that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You find, let me tell you something. Especially, I worked on this project. I've had to work with 3 different colors. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's, you know,
Yeah, I remember you going, look at this, look at this. Is it?
dude, dude, it's fucking rough. And fortunately, one of them, man, is, you know, your boy's got a good instinct, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and it's one thing, like you get into this and you realize, like, you know, skill is one thing. Don't get me wrong. Being a good colorist is one thing, but but finding a good colorist that has instinct, that understands, right? Like, so you send him something and he understands the flow of the page, and then he can understand, like you know what I mean? It's like, you know what? Like I got this colorist, and you know, I did a few and sent them back to me, and I'm like, oh, look at this. Like there was one where he basically put some building shadows in the background because there wasn't anything there. And it was like shit like that, instinct like that to go, you know what? This kind of has a void right here. Let me just add a shadow building in there to make it look like there's something back there. That's fucking instinct. And if you find people who have instinct, man, it's like, fuck, you better keep them, bro. Because that's a totally different talent. And someone can be a good colorist, but if you have to tell them everything to do, like, okay, I need this panel, I need one to look like this, and and this. That shit's time consuming. If you get somebody with an instinct and you can lay it out and give them a vibe and they can run that vibe and they just hit the mark, bro. keep them. Like Sim says, you better do something to hold on to them. You know.
Mm-hmm. Like like you treat them like it's your fam. Like
Oh,
and if you got a Montreal stripper, what?
You might get to touch them.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. So that's got a
Yep.
point.
they run that
Probably
down that
probably
TV.
probably not during the corona, but yeah.
Oh
You,
man,
you just wear a mask first. It's all good.
Yeah, that works.
get you some Saran wrap, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. You probably have to need that, little like wipe to wipe those middle of boob because, like I say, you can touch. They can touch you too.
That's
That's
one.
why that's why people like it here, and I think it's the same thing down in on your side of the bayou, right?
No, and this is why I never went to strip clubs after a certain point. I went to Memphis, and when I went to Memphis, Memphis has had these two places called Tiffany's and Platinum Plus. I don't even know if they're there anymore. But these two places was full contact, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm coming from New Orleans. You can't do that shit. You pay $20, motherfucker dances in front of you. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
she rubs on you and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? These fucking places, bro. These motherfuckers were like, you walk in, and I'm like 20, bro. I'm a young motherfucker, and I'm like, yo, what's happening, girl? I'm like, yeah, them boobies, they real or they fake, baby? She's like, what you think? She grabs my hand and puts them right on the titty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, holy shit, you know
Whoa.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we do the lap dance, and it's like $30. She's like, she's like, look, just
Now
I'm
she's
like,
slapping your face with them.
that motherfucker, I can put my mouth on them titties, bro. She
Yeah.
said, just don't bite the fucking nipples. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm like, what the fuck? So when I come back to New Orleans, I'm like, $20 to watch you dance. Fuck you, man. You ain't I mean, I
I
can't
know,
even feel
right?
the titties. Fuck that. Oh, no.
Dude, first thing they do is shove those titties in your face and go kiss them. You're like, that's totally worth $20.
Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah. No, so
You're done. You're just there with your beer. You're like, tuck tuck. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah. So anytime,
But
yeah.
yeah,
Might have to go up to Montreal.
I'm
I
not a
actually,
stripper fan, but dude, I can tell you that when you walk in there with a drawing pad, you have a lot of fun. Especially
I
when you walk
bet.
in there with a girlfriend that's bisexual.
Yeah, I've done that one a few times.
All right.
Bring them with you and shit. Look, girl, come on.
Mm-hmm. Or that couch room, that VIP room in the back. Wink, wink.
VIP. Oh shit. The champagne room.
That's why I had no problem having an easy, quiet family life after my 25th birthday.
Well, that's okay, bro. Well, it took me to 30, but I had to put in a couple extra years. We had a strip club called Visions. They got a fucking lunch buffet every day. You can roll up in there and just kind of do your buffet while the fucking strippers are dancing and shit, right?
Dude, I remember like the quiet life after I had my first kid, right? I was after a few years I was single with both kids and I was at a con, right? And it was the Heroes of the North years where I was working for them and they were at cons. And dude, just go check on YouTube the actresses in there. And one of them is called something. Hold on, Bianca Beauchamp, and she does porn now.
You talking about what at the convention?
Yes, and
Well, they
dude,
were big. They were
I
big.
I ended up spending a really really fun night with four ladies.
They were big. They used to be big on that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Back in 2000, I think all the way. I was like all the way up to like 2005 for sure.
Dude, those
Where
Heroes of the North, they were everywhere. Yeah.
well, it's before cosplay, man. So
Mm-hmm.
what happened is you go to these comic, and I'm talking about Wizard World and shit. You go to these Wizard World brands straight up, and some of them were straight. They were porn stars
Yep,
and shit, and they would be out there, bro, taking pictures with these geek boys, fucking killing,
dude.
killing.
They and they come at you and they have their pedigree and their tests and everything. You're like, well, let's have fun.
Yeah, it's a trip. It used to be a trip. Now you got all this cosplay shit. Motherfuckers don't want you taking pictures of it. It's just so fucking bizarre.
Yeah,
It really fucking is. It's like, what the fuck? You wearing this outfit, you doing this shit. Motherfuckers can't take pictures of it, man. That's what you call grifting, baby. Grifting.
Soul says I'm enjoying the Anthony length of the stream because you know the bouncer isn't stepping in.
No, I'm not.
Yep. Yep.
No, he has a free card. He's my bro.
Anthony
And we just keep talking.
has the yeah, he gets the special treatment here.
He has the seal of approval.
You guys got we got a commercial down here, man, and it's one of these local commercials. So it's a poorly done commercial, but it's one of these it's iconic. And they got the it's called See the Special Man. They got this one guy and he comes out and he looks like he's kind of Italian with this really bad wig on his head. Really bad piece, bro. And he's like, I say, who say I say? You will see the special man. And then they turn over to this guy. He looks like, remember Boss Hog from Dukes of Hazzard?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Boss Hog had that hat on. Well, imagine it's a black guy with a big old cigar. He says he looks just like Boss Hog, except he's a black guy. And he goes, let him have it. And then the commercial is like, he goes, see the special man. And he goes over to him. He's just like, let him have it. It's just one of those bizarre ass commercials that you see. You're just like, oh yeah, that's one of those local New Orleans commercials. So I look up New Orleans, see the special man. And I promise you one of them fucking commercials.
Okay. You know, I keep hearing Chris complaining, Soul complaining that we keep talking too much. Guy, we need to fucking get our own show.
You know what? I'm almost there, bro. I'm like, I swear to you, man. It's like it's a motherfucker too, because I'm trying to learn how to, do this first campaign, man. Just doing that, and then like you're saying, it's like I'm in on two streams. I was telling Chris, I went on 2 streams. I went on Lit Devils at 7:30, and then that thing was still going on. And I pieced out of there and went straight into this. So I've been on the street since 7:30 this morning.
Yeah, I know how crazy that gets.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and again, you have to do it. You have to come on here. You have to do this stuff. And it's like, I got a printer. I got to send stuff. You know what I mean? It's like it's tough, man. It really is. So I'm hoping that when this goes into fulfillment and I kind of get that under wraps, then I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to get into the YouTube and start doing the channel and kind of swapping up and being a little more visible in those areas, but something that's a bit more routine. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, here's the routine of it, so I can start moving that in with his drawing routine, his promotion routine, his writing routine. Like I need that. I need some discipline in my life, bro. I am a fucking undisciplined maniac, bro. And mixing in these channels, right? You have to kind of do that. You really do. It's a part of the package. It really is. So with that being said, yes.
All right. Soul says at Anthony, my friend just said he's looking forward to God's Hand because he expects a lot of nice details like the octopus on the sword and goodies like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Soul also says, I'm down for a Figaro Pothier vehicle.
Right? We need to make this happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. We'll call it what deal? Yeah, we make it about what the occult. We go over. I don't know.
It's just something you say, right? You'll probably do pocket dimension type shit. You know what I'm saying? That something's going on in a pocket dimension that is actually drawing energy from these universes. And so it's like each one goes to investigate what is going on and gets sucked into this pocket.
I was talking about the show.
Oh, the show. I'm sorry.
That's the crossover. Yeah, I'm 100%.
Whoa.
Man, got you. So the show is about a pocket dimension. The show exists in a pocket dimension. And so basically,
we open the door. It's like walking into that Chinese magic shop in the Gremlins.
Yeah. Boom.
And it also did you notice that the Chinese man in the Gremlins? It's also the same guy in Big Trouble in Little China, and he leaves the same way with opening a door to a fog. So it's linked. So like in God's hand. Yeah.
That's it, bro. Boom. You know what I mean? We're there.
Yeah.
The Soul says, but just if Sim isn't talking about meta barons also.
Yeah, you just gone and fucked up now.
You know what's fucked up is I swear I'm having deja vu all over again. I think I think we had fucking this conversation last time.
I think we have this conversation every stream.
Soul said the same fucking thing. So I'm like, God, damn, we're not talking about Metabaron.
Now you've gone and fucked up.
Oh man, I swear to God.
So Anthony, did you get your copy of Meta Baron?
Not yet, bro. I'm telling you, I went and started fucking looking into it though, dude. And I'm like, bro, I'm gonna do it straight up. I really am. Like I was it. Like man, I had heard about
Dude,
it.
hurry up. The artist died not too long ago.
Gotcha.
The price is going up, and it was still available between 40 and 60 US if you
I
get the
heard-
full collected edition before it goes way high.
I'm trying to think what it was. Is I watched a dude talk about it, and he was talking about it was an 8-page story, and it was about Meta Baron, and he went in to see this woman who had a child, and he was telling her he couldn't be a father to the child, and it retells him as a boy, and about how his father crushed his ear to put the thing on, and he had to fight his father, and
Yeah, but I think that's one of the new ones though.
Is it?
What you want is Meta Barons, the classic one. That story tells the entire history of the Kastaka, meaning from the first Meta Baron to all the way to Nameless.
That's just getting complicated, man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Start with that. It's one big book.
Meta Barons.
Jill says, I wrote the forbidden word. Yes,
The word was
so you do this every time.
But dude, you know what's the worst thing? You know what I'm trying to do in the backstage, but I'm in the back, but I'm not talking much about it. But I'm trying to get his attention. I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to get Jodorowsky to actually write the freaking genesis of my freaking Not the Merc, the Nadverse, like what started it all, the thing. And I would love to get Jodo. He's at 92 years old. It's just fucking getting him, getting his attention and talk to him, dude. It's fucking.
What I think I'm gonna do, Soul, is I'm gonna go on one of those sites where you can take a picture and put it on the book and make it look like the book is real. And I'll just do that.
That won't work. I'm a Photoshop expert.
You know.
Sim's gonna go over that.
I'm a
picture.
I'm a 3D graphic guy.
It'll be like that. What was it? One of those crime things where they're like enhance. To be zooming in, like,
I can notice artifacts here where you cut.
Wait a minute.
Good job, but no.
I'm gonna have to hire some professionals.
Then I get a message, Shem, can you do a job for me?
I know, it's like by the time I finish hiring the professionals and shit, I could have just ordered Meta. Oh man.
Let me see something here.
Lately, I just ordered 3 books. I ordered I've been reading those Warhammer 40K comics lately. So I just bought the Dawn of War 3 comic. Because my bro Dave is a big fan of Warhammer 40K, and I really like the lore. I haven't really played the game. They also came out with a collected edition of Blade, the series that Bart Sears started. That's the only Blade story I actually like, with the Midnight Suns. And yesterday I bought the Invincible Compendium. Been wanting to read that for a long time. I only had trade number 1 that I read. I don't know if you guys know about that one.
Well, I don't, man.
The Invincible by the guy, creator of
Invincible.
Oh, Invincible by Kurt. What is it? Kirkman or is it
Kirkman?
Yeah, Otley does the artwork for it. Ryan Otley does the artwork.
No, I've seen a lot of people talk good about it. It's getting a show.
Yeah, it's getting a show on Amazon, and I'm like, here's the compendium, $22 off. I'm like, I'll buy that. I've been like, I had the first trade and the 4 and 5, so I was waiting to get number 2 and 3 eventually. I'm like, might as well just jump on it.
Oh no, Anthony, is this it? Frankie and Johnny's Furniture. See the Special
That's
Man.
It. That's it, bro.
Okay, we're gonna watch this.
This is New Orleans at its finest, right
Frankie and Johnny Furniture is having a sale. Right now, you can buy 3 complete rooms of furniture for only $699 with only $250 down. Just $50 down on select items will put you in a great bedroom set or living room set today with no problem. All senior citizens get a discount. Bad credit or no credit, no problem. Are you on welfare or Social Security? Are you newlyweds? No problem. Come see us.
I say, this is Frankie and Johnny's, a place that lets you have it with no problem.
I'd like to buy a bedroom set.
Yes.
No, I receive Social Security and welfare.
You ever seen the special man? With no problem.
I like to buy a living room set.
Do you have any credit?
No, I filed bankruptcy.
You have to see the special man. With no problem. I say, see Frankie and Johnny, he's the credit man in town. For only $50 down, he can put you in a living room set, a bedroom set today. See the special man.
I got the $50.
With no problem.
I got it with no problem.
And they just bombard your ass, bro. You know, you got different characters, different catchphrases, just fucking bombard.
Yeah, they're like all over the place. Like he said, like nonchalant, whatever. Then the other guy's just like, yeah. He's like all excited, high energy.
All is at its finest right there. Oh shit, that's why I'm so fucked up. Those are the commercials I grew up.
Yeah, so I agree. Like the board game gets really crazy expensive. I was
Yeah.
checking into it, but the lore and the graphic, the visual, it's freaking boss. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm always going to the wiki, checking out Warhammer lore. I get into it, and yeah, the first Dawn of War was great. I played the hell out of it.
That's why when I saw that they had like Dawn of War 3, like the TPB available, I'm like, yonk.
Yeah, I heard there was one run I heard was really good, and then like the others were just like kind of okay for the
Yeah,
comic, but I haven't read any of them.
the ones I can tell you that are good that my bro loves and I bought, it's the run that's called Warhammer 40K. It starts with Will of Iron, Revelation, and Fallen. They're really good. That's why I'm buying I started reading them, and now that's why I'm buying Dawn of War. I'm like, oh, they're good.
So it was, what was it? Was it Boom? I can't remember.
It was Titan that made those.
Titan, yeah,
Titan
Titan.
comics.
That's what it was. Yeah, pretty sure that's the ones they said were good. Was the Titan ones? Let's see.
That's a type of sci-fi I like too.
Chris buys furniture after wasting all his cash on drawing.
Dude, it's like, you're a fan of like heavy metal magazine, right? Metal Baron, Lobo, 2000 AD, and then you see the shit in Warhammer 40K. They even say that that's what inspired them. And when you look at it, you're like, yeah, yeah, that's totally 2000 AD and heavy metal magazine. Dude, I love that world. Wait till you see all the bad guys showing up in Tales from the Naniverse and Skullbusters. So why are you looking now? It's not time to shop, bruh.
Oh, no, don't worry about it.
Get off Amazon.
This is like I looked up Warhammer 40K comic book because I was like, which one is those ones that they said were good? But it brought up some Ogrins, like this piece that somebody did here. It's an art piece on this website, Comic Art Fans. I guess it's like original artwork.
Good morning, Christine.
Huh. For the comics. Oh, it's for a card game. It's original art for the. Neat. Hey, Christine. Hello. But anyway, I got distracted there. Back on track.
Hey, fellas, I'm gonna have to fucking call it, man.
I figure you're probably getting ready to fall asleep in your chair.
Dude, I gotta eat something first, and then I gotta lay down for about 30 minutes, and I gotta get back to work, bro.
Yeah, I need to get something to eat myself.
Burning, bro.
Oh,
It's the longest I've ever streamed.
Hex says, "Are you all familiar with the flea market Montgomery furniture commercial?" No.
I don't know.
I be?
Could it be any better than that Frankie and Johnny?
Yeah. I don't know if it can one up the New Orleans commercial there. Next.
New Orleans, we have history of commercials like that. We had another one called Al Scramuzza, Seafood City, and he would do the same thing. It would be like type of just, the dude would be laying on. He would come in. He's dressed up as a doctor, and the dude's laying. He's I'm here. Oh, he's making all these noises, and he like puts a stethoscope on. He's like, this man needs some crawfish. Stat. And they come in and they crack the crawfish, put it in his mouth. He jumps off the table. He's like, I can walk. It's crazy. Because that's what he was selling, seafood and shit.
Well, I mean, I guess when you live in a kind of very interesting place like New Orleans,
right,
your commercials kind of produces some crazy stuff.
So we're gonna have to close down because he has to go eat, and I have to go get playing Pictionary very soon.
Yeah,
it sucks that Christine hopped in right at the end there, but yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wrap this one up. So we'll start off with you, Sim.
No, start with Anthony. We'll close with my trailer.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, we'll start with you then, Mr. Figaro.
All right, everyone. You can find me over at Frankie and Johnny's. When you get there, ask them, and they'll tell you to see the special man, and they'll put you over to buy. And so you want to make sure. And I made this pitch yesterday, but you want to make sure that you have an opportunity to pick up God's hand. And I'll make the same pitch that I made yesterday. That I think that you deserve God's hand. I think that 2020 has been a son of a bitch and has fucking beat you up enough. And I think you owe it to yourself to get one of the best stories of our time about New Orleans. You like that, Sim? I didn't step on anybody. This is about New Orleans. Best story about New Orleans. Of our time. About New Orleans and voodoo and mystery and suspense and drama.
And no Scooby-Doo shit in that one.
No. Unless you'll buy it. If you do, then yes, there's Scooby-Doo stuff. It's
but meaning the monsters are monsters.
Mystery, right. There's mysteries in there. But there is a Scooby-Doo moment in there. There really is, where a mask is pulled off. It's someone's skin, but it is a mask, and so it gets pulled off. So you will have that reveal moment. There is a reveal moment in there.
So there's a little bit for everybody. So go get it now.
Exactly. Don't walk, run. Right? Go get it. Right? And I promise you won't be disappointed. If you are, go see the special man, bro.
Grab the charcoal edition. It's the limited edition.
Agreed, Miss Christine. It is a great looking comic. So it's going to be ending soon on Halloween. So if you go make sure you back it.
Yep.
And of course, with myself, be sure to like and subscribe, as always, to this channel. More people means more eyes on these projects. We are, I think, 3 people away from 150 subs. We're hitting landmarks here.
And moving on up.
Yeah, we're moving up slowly but surely. And I appreciate everyone who does tune in and who watches. It's always fun getting to talk with everybody and stuff like that.
Don't forget to like and sub.
All right, all right, Sam, your turn.
So yeah, don't forget to like and sub all the channels that I'm on. I'm not gonna name them all because
we'd be here for another 2 hours.
Yeah, pretty much. And go back to also the Navers right now. Like I announced, everybody that backs from before we go in demand gets the free trading card. The first 100 backers get a free sketch card adding to their bundle. So go. And I'll just close with the trailer. And later, and see you all Monday.
Tales from the Navverse.
This ongoing anthology collects short stories introducing characters within the Natverse and are all connected to the main series, Nat the Merc. This 64-plus page perfect-bound anthology series collects short stories introducing Nat, Lawani, Rose, Zed, and other characters within the Natverse that you'll get to know and love in this prelude. This volume contains 2 previously published Nat stories, as well as a previously published Helena Rose stories, introducing you to those characters. In addition, you'll also be receiving 2 brand new stories by Simon Sim-Paltier. Royal Rumble, colored by 7 Legions Michael Beacon. Also, Nat and Zed, colored by Spartan Scotsman of Xenotype. Arm up and fire off into the Natverse.